Hey neighbors, and welcome to a special event by Initiative Coffee Company. We are here today playing 7th Age Ravenous. It's a Dread module in the setting of Rick Heinz' 7th Age book series. We're here with Rick Heinz himself and Steve Cothard, and they're gonna kill us slowly.
Given half a chance. For anybody who's never played Dread, Dread is a horror game system that involves a Jenga tower. If you've never played a horror role-playing game, or if you've played a horror role-playing game that you feel was not especially horrifying, the Dread system is built for you because it is ready to add a little tension to the table. As you're stalking through the hallways, possibly being chased by zombies, I'm not promising zombies, as you're stalking hallways, possibly being chased by zombies, you have to actually draw a piece out of the Jenga tower, which if it collapses, may well collapse on your character, making Dread a fantastic addition to anybody's table.
It's true.
Today we're going to make characters for 7th Age Ravenous, and then we're going to play. 7th Age Ravenous is about the story of what happened in Rick Heinz' 7th Age world when the apocalypse went down in the White House. Rick and I started writing this with the premise that this was a question which had largely been unanswered from his 7th Age world, and he asked me to help him answer it, and I'm very happy to say we came up with something we like a lot.
Yes, and it's very awesome because even though we have written this adventure and we've both GM'd it, I have never sat in a session where you've GM'd it, and you've never sat in a session where I've GM'd it. So for the first time in years, I'm actually on the player end. So now I get to...
in ages.
Maybe 7 of them.
I'm glad you met me there.
It was bound to happen. We were going there. But yeah, bringing magic into the world could mean untold wonders or unleash hell on earth. But for the Secret Service, it's just a damn headache. So...
As Rick mentioned, the game takes place around several Secret Service agents and a couple other staff of the White House. As the game begins, the 4 Secret Service agents and 2 assistants, I'm sorry, it's an intern and...
A presidential aide, thank you very much.
And
we have a presidential aide, that's right, and an intern.
An intern.
Fantastic. As the game begins, our heroes start out waiting early in the morning for a meeting with the National Security Advisor. It's very routine, nothing unexpected. And then the unexpected happens when all of a sudden a bunch of warning lights go off, a bunch of sirens occur, and big metal doors come crashing down over the door to the National Security Advisor's office. All of a sudden, the 6 of you are trapped in this office. Something horrible is clearly going on, and the last thing you hear over your security earbuds is another agent whose voice you recognize screaming, "Does anyone have eyes on the tower?" using the president's code name. "Someone protect the tower." Then the earpieces start emitting this electronic shriek that requires that they be pulled out quickly, and they go down. That's where our game begins. So, for character creation, let's go around the table. Who do we have?
I am Agent Robert Duke Hansen.
Duke. Thank you, Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I am Agent Melinda Chase.
Melinda.
I am Agent Richard Scott. Dick for short.
I am Agent Eleanor Clearwater, not Ellie, Eleanor.
Eleanor. Got it.
I'm Bobby Clement, White House intern.
I am Terrence Abernathy, presidential aide, and also very profound lobbyist.
It's a rough job, but someone's got to do it.
Do they?
A little bit about some of the characters that are not played by players. Some of the other players in the drama, if you'll forgive that, which I wouldn't have. President Drummel has been an unorthodox commander-in-chief, to put it lightly. He rose to power on a tidal wave of popular support, preaching things like defense from radical Islam and returning the country to law and order. He's very conservative, but he has also proven quite unpredictable, willing to side with whoever seems best able to provide him with whatever it is he wants in the moment. Some of you voted for him, some of you did not. The president's cabinet will also be around and about, maybe. And like I said, I can't promise zombies.
So for character creation,
Please,
okay.
take it away.
So for character creation, what we do in Dread is, for your sheet, our game system is nothing more than a Jenga tower that represents this, and you have this sheet of very personal questions about your character sheet. Answer them. The more creative and more fun and more odd you are about it, the more interesting things that you have. When we are done answering our questions, we will each pull from the tower as we build our hopes and dreams once to set the stage and reveal a fact about ourselves to each other as we are trapped within this room. So for now, we scurry like good, rodents and get to writing terrible questions like, which part of the White House emergency preparedness training did I excel at? If you wrote down something on your sheet and a pull comes up later where Steve asks you to pull from the tower and you're like, aha, no, I was the quarterback on my football team. I shouldn't have to pull to throw this thing. You don't have to pull. And that's what the answers actually help you with.
If you're familiar with, I'm sure many people at this table are familiar with games like D&D and White Wolf's World of Darkness and things like that, where the character sheet involves a very specific set of numbers or a specific set of dots or a specific set of whatever way that we all agree we move forward. At its core, that's all that a role-playing mechanic is. How do we all agree what happens next? And in Dread, we all get to agree what happens next, as Rick said, based on what you're writing here. So take the opportunity to write down things about your character that you want to make sure are known. Take the opportunity to write down things about your character you may not want to be known, because the way that those can come up can be loads of fun. I believe you said we go around the table?
We go around the table, we each make a pull and reveal something about ourselves. So, I'll go first. Terrence Abernathy, the presidential aide, a very greased individual with one too much pomade in his hair and a suit that is tailored and a little bit too expensive for anything that he could ever afford an aide salary. Why did he vote for President Drummel? It is well known among all White House staff, except for President Drummel, who is seemingly oblivious to this, that he knows that Drummel represents the fastest path to power into this country, and me and my very prestigious family are milking this White House for every ounce of power we can get.
Wow.
Please drive this administration like a solar.
I am Bobby Clement, a White House intern, a very skinny, nimble sort of guy who's just walking around, very timid, very indecisive when it comes to doing things. But
who's your character?
Role play.
I guess that's for you to find out then, isn't it?
What's your fact?
Oh, yeah,
My fact is, well,
Pick a question, whichever one you want.
yeah. What about President Drummel, since I've come to work with him, that made him so important to me, is that he's very overpowering and he's able to get things done. He's able to just put assert his authority and just make his way to get his things done, where I do not excel at.
It's true.
He is very assertive. It's true.
Well, I'm Agent Eleanor Clearwater. Although the uniform dictates just the plain, black suit, sunglasses, I have made a special request to allow myself to be able to wear the steel-toe boots that will allow me to do the job most effectively. The thing that everyone knows about me is that I have been partnered with Agent Duke, and while I don't need a babysitter, he does have pretty good one-liners.
Thank you for granting me an obligation.
You better sell it or he's screwed.
All she's saying is that she thinks you have good one-liners.
That's true.
She
could have
may
a
not
poor
She's
have
the only one who thinks you're funny.
Right.
Either you're funny or she's got bad taste.
That's true.
Time will tell.
I'm Richard Scott. I am an agent for the Secret Service. I keep my suit pressed. I keep my nose clean. And I don't tolerate nonsense. And my fact... Oh, God. I didn't want to start with.
Mistake.
We're on a bad start. It's because you've been shaking the table for the last 25 minutes.
This has nothing to do with it.
I don't believe you.
You don't know how to play Jenga.
You're not wrong.
Mine.
Clearly, you don't either.
Why I voted for President Drummels, because the other candidate is a technological security hazard.
Oh.
Which is not to say the Drummel's not.
Sure.
Just that the other candidate is probably worse.
He's intentional about his security hazards.
Precisely. That's clearly a man with a plan.
There's another fact in here that involves how technology shouldn't be relayed using thumbs, but we won't get into that at this moment.
Well, I'm sure thumbs will come into it.
I am Agent Melinda Chase. This job's okay. Yep.
Clearly, just okay.
I was here before President Drummel. I don't know if I'll be here after.
But can I interest you in something in the private sector?
Perhaps.
Yes, because
But,
you two are both definitely guaranteed a happy ending.
I'm not thrilled about being a part of a 4-person team, but I think me and my partner, Agent Scott, we got this. We're good.
I am Agent Robert, quote, Duke Hansen. And,
He said the quotes.
He said
well,
one
it's
of
a
them.
nickname.
He refers to himself in the third person.
The Duke is displeased.
The thing I hate most about working at the White House is that it takes time away from being at the lake. I'm 4 days from retirement.
Oh,
and
no.
I am fairly certain that 4 days from now, everything's going to be great.
Oh boy.
I really feel like I should ask for 2 polls, but go ahead.
Now, because we are doing something different,
It's all your fault.
a split
Sure are.
double tower, we should arguably do another round because you're supposed to have a number of polls per player. Unless you, Steve, have a plan for 2 towers.
Oh, that's better.
I admit I don't have a specific plan. I'm willing to say let's do another round, but I would love it if you could add something about your character that is not written on your sheet for this round. Doesn't have to be exciting, doesn't have to be secret, doesn't have to be super, super important stuff, but you've had a little bit of an opportunity to become familiar with the character that you're playing. Not a ton, but you know, you kind of get the gist of it. So let's just improvise a little bit, shall we? Mr. Abernathy.
All right. Mr. Abernathy has been paying all of his salary and every penny that he has to engage in life extension with people from Silicon Valley. His current program is to have the blood drawn out of him, or the blood drawn of younger people, re-spooled and then re-injected back into him so that he could stay keeping this youthful appearance that he's got going.
Have you seen West Wing?
Yeah.
So you probably know the character that was in my head when I said, ooh, a presidential aide.
I have not seen West
I
Wing.
haven't seen West Wing, but I've seen Silicon Valley.
Vampire 2.0
That's
over
a
here.
real thing, though.
Yeah.
That's
Presidential
not a
aide,
joke.
you should, it's the same character that plays Gus from Psych. It's the same actor. Dulé Hill. Yeah. Which is why they make a one West Wing reference in all of
gotta
Psych.
stop
They waited till season 6 because they're goddamn professionals. That's why.
They're
Hobby?
what?
One thing that I'm not hearing. I am probably a huge sort of historical buff when it comes to whether it be like anywhere from ancient architecture all the way up to ancient figures.
Neat.
I know what it is about
The thing.
the thing.
Bobby's read a lot.
I do. I'm a very well-versed intern.
What's another word for craft?
Another word for craft?
Yeah, let me tell you, when I put that class on the character sheet, I chose that class because that's the only class in my life I ever slept through.
area of study. Art.
Eleanor.
So we all know the classics. Mellencamp, Springsteen, Fogerty.
That's it. There's only 3.
The
Who's
classics.
Fogerty?
Apparently we know them.
However, that new K-pop group, BTS, I'm into it. Girls' Generation, I like it. I secretly listen to it.
Oh.
Not so secretly, because apparently we can all hear it over our headphones
yeah.
every day.
That's the
time.
thing.
You just
so
deny it.
loud as you're like passing me in the hall. You just say like, "You think you're real cool."
But anytime
Attention
anyone
mounting.
comes up to you, you just deny it fervently.
Yeah.
Like, no.
What? There's a
There
bad
have
moon
been
on the
already
rise. What do you
scenes
want
in
from
my
me?
head where I envision her character having a very, very bad day, blood everywhere, and just this song and music everywhere.
Please pull.
You need to pull.
Oh,
Yeah. That's where the fun begins.
Let the fun begin.
After we get these few pulls, it's when the two ends start coming out for me, okay?
very vindictive little man.
That's the goal.
Okay. Richard Scott is his Globe of Battle Arts guild leader.
What?
Copyright reasons, I have to say Globe of Battle Arts and not.
I see. Gotcha.
Because that's not a technological security hazard.
Well, Melinda is a plant enthusiast
I use a proxy server.
and usually lets the gardeners know before the gardeners know that White House plants need tending to.
Is she any good at it, though? You said she's enthusiastic. You know,
That
I
remains
won't
to be
ask.
seen.
Yeah, we'll learn together.
We got a botanist
She has
in
a
our
brown
midst.
thumb.
She's managed to keep one plant alive. She thinks she's professional.
It's plastic.
It's a cat.
Despite having the nickname Duke, Robert Hansen is a Clint Eastwood fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys are going to die over there. So
like tomorrow, like in a minute. Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll make it fall over before they get it to fall.
okay, it'll be on you
I
there,
got this.
mister.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
No, you don't understand
He's
the way
good
he
at
makes
this
things
game.
fall over.
He's good at playing it competitively.
He creates liabilities for other
It's like we're
people.
playing Dread competitive Jenga. Let's go.
Only one can live.
Bobby Clement,
and it might not
Highlander.
even be me.
Only the strong. Survival of the fittest. If you
So-
can't make it, you can't make it.
We're all in the National Security Advisor's office. Expecting another routine day because, you know, Secret Service agents live their lives by routine. Everything's got to be fairly well predictable and plans made out in advance, right? That's kind of part of the job. And interns and aides, maybe not on the same kind of regimented schedule that the Secret Service is used to, but still, you know, you work in the White House. You have to live up to some pretty high standards. And then all of a sudden, unexpectedly, a steel door comes crashing down, some plastines go off, and some reddish-orange lights that you honestly didn't know were there.
Is this a
Begin.
drill we didn't know about?
No, they tell me about all the drills.
And the last thing the four of you, the actual Secret Service agents, hear over your headpiece is, does anyone have eyes on the tower? Someone find the tower. The tower being the code name for Project One.
Get the paperwork.
Who's that?
What? Where?
Not me.
We got to start shredding
Here.
now.
Not before
Shredding?
us.
Why?
Our team wasn't.
Just
scheduled
we need to
for
start
that
shredding the
meeting today.
paperwork.
That,
Go.
that paperwork? What
Yes, just start shredding it. Everything in here, shred it.
But these are receipts to McDonald's.
Shred them. No evidence.
Okay.
Can't let people know you had a McDouble today.
We're going to start shredding McDonald's.
Start shredding anything
Start
we can
shredding
find
documents.
in
You got it.
this
Said we
office.
wouldn't
Do this, you guys.
Is this something that we should stop?
How
You know
can
what?
we?
The president is my problem, not finances.
Right. I mean, campaign finance law is a little bit outside the purview of employees of the Department of the Treasury.
So how long's this drill gonna last, guys?
This isn't. They usually tell me about drills so I can take the day off. I have 400 sick days saved up. I haven't missed a day of work since I started here.
Then why don't you?
Well, other than to avoid these drills.
Don't you retire in 4 days?
Yeah, that's why I have 400 days saved up.
Well, then why don't you just use those? Then you wouldn't have to show up.
No, I'm retiring 4 years early.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great conversation.
You are really riding the government's payroll, aren't you?
The warning.
Move on to the Starbucks.
Gentlemen,
of course.
The warning klaxons die down slightly. It's still a background noise.
That means it's ending, right?
Sure.
North
Like
Korea's
it's over.
North Korea might be attacking.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Just
gonna go
continue
try
trying.
the door.
There is a huge steel shutter slammed down right in front of the door.
Can I place my hand on it, see if I can like feel any like
It's not
vibration?
cold.
Are there any windows in this room?
There is one exterior window. It's behind some thick curtains right now.
Okay. I would like to open the curtains.
That window also has been shuttered.
Great.
there-
This is
In
great.
answer
This
to
is
your
fine.
question,
This is
there's-
perfect. This is great. This
Uh,
is fine.
There's no conspicuous vibration. I mean, maybe a little bit of a feeling to it, but it doesn't feel like it's electrified or like it's attached to some machinery that's about to explode or something
I
like
am
that.
uncomfortable.
What room are we in?
Is there
You are in the National Security Advisor's office.
any kind of like computer that I can see if there's any like alerts going out over there?
There is a computer. It's currently on screensaver.
Young person, find out if there's any
I take
alerts.
a hurried step towards the computer and
For,
sit down
uh,
immediately.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, we have 2 young people headed for the computer.
I'll let him do it. The chairs are all made of like nice heavy oak, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just pick up a chair and
And
at the door.
the door. That's what I was waiting for.
Who are you
That's a
attacking?
It's technically not too early for you to start to attacking each other. So I had to clarify.
Bobby's tie falls into the
the,
shredder.
The door is unimpressed.
Wait,
legit.
why don't you
Some
just
sort
use
of-
your key card? This is
I go up and wipe my.
this
key
is
card
your
against the door.
secret. You're the Secret Service. This is your doors. Open them.
The normal keypad, you get a red light.
Yeah,
You
I've
run the
never
computer?
seen these doors.
What can I
before,
access
so-
from this PC? Any?
Well, it is password protected. The National Security Advisor is not a fool.
Okay. I'm
Would you
going
like
to
try
try to
and hack
brute force.
into the National Security Advisor's computer?
Yes.
Please pull from the tower.
Don't you have a login for this computer? Can't you just use your login?
I'm not the National Security Advisor.
Try,
But surely it's a server.
try password Swifty 1989.
It takes a while, but part of being part of the Secret Service and being one of the more technologically inclined Secret Service is that you are one of the people that distributes the memos of please don't use your mother's name as a password. Please don't use password 1. Please, everybody, stop saying password 1. You're one of the ones involved in distributing those memos. So you know what some of the likelier choices would be.
Password 2.
You were involved in some of the meetings and decisions, let's say.
My password is
So-
the first 5 minutes of the Die Hard script.
Wow.
1,100 characters.
Wow.
For a long time as passwords, I used to exclusively use the first letter of each word in quotes from Dune, just because they wind up being like 18 characters long. The point is, you do figure it out. You go through some obvious, and then some not so obvious, and you do get in. You are in the National Security Advisor's computer. There's nothing specifically about. There's no big banner of this is what's happening right now. Do you want to start peering through some files or poking around?
I want to see if I can access the software that handles like the security feed around here.
Okay.
Hey,
you're gonna be at
Terrence,
it for
come
a
over
minute.
here a second.
You can be at it for a minute.
Terrence comes over.
I'm just distracting you from looking over his shoulder at the computer.
Yeah, fair. Hey, where is the National Security Advisor? We were supposed to meet him.
The National Security Advisor never showed up. You were waiting for him. He has not arrived.
How late was he?
He was not late, actually. You were all early.
At this point,
Well done.
I'm pacing.
We were on time.
I'm pacing.
First time for everything.
Pacing.
I'm
Was
pacing.
he supposed to meet anyone else here?
As far as you know, it's just the National Security
Does he have
Advisor.
like a logbook or anything on his desk before I shred it?
Just the computer. Sorry, you're not shredding the desk.
No.
Requires a whole different set of tools.
I mean, she might have a run for her money if you want to start throwing it at the door.
Jeez.
Are you? So you're at the door though, right? And
Yeah.
you tried swiping a key card. Are you inspecting the area closely, or were you just key card, chair, didn't work, I'm out?
Is the keypad made of like? Is it like a keypad or like a box? Can
You know
I
what?
like
Give me a pull.
dismantle? Okay.
Duke, why are you guys? Why is she concerned about the door? It's your doors.
We've never seen this door.
No, this isn't in any.
I've been
of
here
the
40 years.
training.
I've never seen this door.
Gotcha. New security.
So
Maybe
as
they're
you're
testing
looking,
us.
there is So
Maybe.
I don't
We were a bit
personally know
outdated.
anything
It was
about
time for an upgrade.
how White House security works. I, as a person, don't know anything about White House security. Thank God. I hope I never have to.
My
But-
legal name.
For the purposes of the game, I'm going to assume that you have a badge, that it is read by a sensor, and that sensor would normally unlock any locks in the door. As you're looking at that sensor, where you tried to swipe your badge and you got a red light, just underneath that, there is what looks like a very fine rectangular crack underneath the sensor.
Like a slot for a key card?
Honestly, it just looks like a crack in the plaster.
Put my key card in there.
You want to like try and jimmy and see what
Yeah,
you,
kinda
it
pop
takes you a
it.
minute to kind of work it out, and then it pops out,
Oh.
and there is a standard keypad.
Well,
Duke.
As you're rifling through files, you were looking for anything that had to do with special security, you said, special security provisions. It does take you a minute. Eventually, you find a description of... That's actually, honestly, that's what takes a while, is that you don't find any schematics, but you find a written description of what she is now looking at. A metal door over the regular door with a keypad off to the side.
Is it in a printable format?
Yes.
I'm gonna print one.
Okay.
Do you share this?
Yeah, that's why I'm printing it.
Oh, thanks.
How many copies?
Your
we,
key
might,
card
we
on
might
it?
have to shred it through.
yeah.
Just one.
Oh, hey, we're gonna have to destroy the printer's, memory cards.
I'm good with electronics.
Hey! Stop it!
Hey, I was in the White House Emergency Preparedness Training,
I
and
was
I
in-
excelled at document erasure. Thank you.
Oh, I did the same
gonna
thing, but I
flip
was at
through
the
it.
electronics part.
And
excellent.
quickly
Yes.
commit
Good
it
team.
to memory,
Right.
Sure.
and then hand it to Eleanor.
Now, you say quickly commit it to memory. Either, I'm gonna offer you the choice because I'm a nice GM. Either you can make a pull from the tower to completely quickly commit it to memory, or I get to be very broad in my interpretation of the word quickly.
Or commit to memory.
Very quickly, who knows what's gonna stick?
I'm gonna stay true to character and be a stickler, and I'm gonna pull.
Alrighty.
Death by math.
Yes. Come here.
Are you glad that you don't have to share a tower with me, though?
Come to.
We still have to share a tower with him, though.
Yeah.
You have completely committed this to memory.
Okay.
It's a description of what this security system should look like. When you get over and, I'm sorry, are you going over to inspect as well and share copies?
Yeah, I'll look at it while I give her the copy just to like.
It roughly matches what you've seen written. It looks as if there have been a couple tweaks, like maybe what you found is an original draft, and this is the final implementation.
Is there anything about a code or codes?
Nothing about a
inside?
code. I will say that behind that keypad, there's very obviously some wires. It could maybe just be physically hot wired.
I'm gonna go back to the PC and see if I can find any more info.
Awesome. You dig for a while, you're not really seeing something that looks interesting.
So how long do these usually last when you guys do this stuff? I mean,
These what?
These drills. I mean, if he's printing up schematics, clearly this is part of the upgrade.
You don't understand. I have a professional courtesy with my superiors that if there's a drill, they tell me about it, so I don't have to come in.
Did I leave that off the memo? Or check my thing. Did I have any like notification that we were pushing forth drills as an aid?
In your phone, you have nothing in your calendar that suggests that there was going to be a drill. You also have no cell service. So you can still access your calendar. It's just that you don't have the ability to make outgoing calls or presumably receive incoming ones.
Could this just be a malfunction with the
That
doors?
sucks.
I mean,
Can't access Twitter. What the hell?
Bobby, you got like little hands, right?
I do. They're actually they are quite small.
Yeah.
They're good for fitting.
Come on over here.
Got them on eBay. Keep
All
them
right.
in a jar.
So there's this. You see this wire over here.
Yes, that wire connects it to the power.
Yeah, I want you to reach on up in there. And
yeah?
you're gonna touch the two wires together, just real quick.
But you're gonna do it real careful, so
Real
you don't
careful.
electrocute yourself and die.
Real quick. Just
I feel obligated to ask, what is Eleanor's level of expertise with this sort of...
She may not have
Machination.
expertise, but I do.
No, my point is
saw it on
she
set
is
too
directing
much.
you to take an action, and I'm trying to determine how likely her direction is to get you killed.
Right.
And also how likely you are to listen to her nonsense.
How your ability to solve the problem, her bad direction notwithstanding, will be addressed in a moment.
I mean, I read the paper.
Okay, yeah. So you got this. How
Yeah,
hard could this possibly
How
be?
hard could this possibly be? It's just
Okay.
wires and shit.
Bobby, on the other hand.
Stuff.
So just wires and shit.
Right.
I will say, just looking at it, you're not immediately aware whether what she's doing will cause what she wants it to cause. You are immediately aware which wires are likely to get you zapped, and she has pointed at one of them, presumably unknowingly.
I'll show you the diagram. Yeah. So like, you can get this thing open.
This was supposed to be a game in the 7th Age, but we never knew because we all died in the office.
We didn't make it at 7th minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cube.
I want you to know.
What exactly
Too
are you
hyper
planning
cute.
to do
Well,
with
good. That
these?
means I'll make it out.
Like,
Well,
what is your entire
unless
goal?
you want the end of your career to
always
be
the action.
dying alone in
He
this
makes it up.
office, we need to get this door open.
I
want you to
will
know
eat you.
Like the lizard king I am.
You don't even know my real name.
Okay, I'm no longer shredding papers with you.
Just do what she says.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
always keeping notes.
Okay, so what's the plan here?
Well, so when I did the emergency preparedness training, I did excel with the small electronics portion of the thing.
Fantastic.
So
Okay.
I understood. Although I understand what she was trying to say, I know what she was saying was almost completely wrong.
Indeed you do.
So
Listen,
Are you
did
gonna
I
let on,
call
though?
you over here for a
Are you gonna let on? Are you gonna let her know she's wrong? Or are you gonna let her sit on that
no,
one
no,
and
I'm
think
too
she's
I'm too
great?
afraid to see what would happen if.
Okay.
She's
Oh, you're
gone,
gonna
she
get her
doesn't.
killed later.
But you're gonna
I will
holler
watch
at the
him
door.
very carefully.
Yes,
Okay. Are you using your freebie or do you want to draw?
I will draw
By all
because
means.
I like drawing.
Didn't he just use his freebie? Because that was one of the things on your sheet, right?
You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you if he wants to use his freebie for this or if he'd
Oh.
like to draw for it.
Oh, so he gets to bank that freebie?
I don't care.
Cool.
You guys have learned lessons. Pulling from middle only.
I don't know who messed this up over here.
Last you run out of
No,
minutes.
it's just one.
Okay. So it takes you a second, but then zip. The door lifts maybe 4 or 5 inches. And those of the two of you are still standing very close to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I went back to the PC.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
I
that's
apologize. That's right. You did. So you're still standing very close to it. It's lifted a little ways. You can like get your hands under it.
Or your
and you
steel-toed
can-
boots.
Or some steel-toed boots.
I will first, with my hand, you know what, I'll pull my sidearm out and just
Couldn't hurt.
quickly check and see if there's any sort of toes under the door.
There's
You-
no, commies. banging down
No
the
reds
doors.
under the beds.
No aliens behind the pantry door.
You do not see any toes. The same reddish-orange emergency lights are lit out in the hallway, though.
So, just to visualize this correctly, there's like the wooden door, and then there's a metal door in front of it.
I'm assuming that she's trying to peek under the crack from the wooden door.
Okay.
I mean, the place was built in the 1790s.
Are you suggesting that 300-year-old buildings are not
Readily
hermetic?
Well, let me tell you, this one was for a minute there. But guess what? You all get to go on breathing. So you cannot see any obvious motion.
Okay.
You see the wooden door, obviously,
Okay.
and then the crack underneath that. There does not appear to be any motion, and like I said, those reddish-orange security emergency lights.
To the crack, I yell, "This is Agent Clearwater. Is there anyone on the other side of this door? Make yourself known, now."
You hear what I can best describe as a damp hissing sound. It's probably just like a pipe or something. You know, that's probably just like a pipe that burst, or, you know, like, that's probably what the whole drill's about. You know, there's probably
some
just like a
old
burst
senator
pipe
ripping
or
ass.
something. and then
Always.
Do you know the flatulent status of every
And-
senator?
and then it gurgles
Don't
and
you?
comes to a very abrupt stop. And you hear something very, very small clatter to the floor. You know, just kind of a ding.
What's on the other side of this door? Is it a hallway?
It's a
or-
hallway,
Okay.
yes.
All right, folks, I think we're dealing with some sort of gas leak or pipe break. Again, I don't know what's with the mysterious doors, but
Just close the door, open the window, and wait for the ambulances to arrive.
yeah, you go ahead and get that window open, Chief. In the meantime, let's see what's out in this hallway. So I
You know,
gonna-
lift the door.
I'm gonna run out the window.
I'm not going to make you pull for it, but it does take effort.
Sure.
You do really have to hoist it.
friends.
As soon as I see that the door is opening, I am immediately at the door and helping her open it.
Oh, okay.
As the three of them begin to open the door, I put my hand over my back a little bit. And, I don't know, guys.
I'm
This is
I don't
maybe
know,
a
I'm
bad plan
4
for
days of
me.
retirement.
I wouldn't want to add medical bills to my retirement
sciatica.
expenses. Oof.
I'm just checking out the window, see if I can open up the window.
The window is very similar setup. Just slightly smaller, steel shutter, right down in front of the window.
With a key code.
Does it have a key card?
It doesn't have the same like security swipe keypad that she used to find that weird little thing. So you don't immediately see one. Are you gonna like search for one, pet around, try and find one?
I'm mostly just dodging door lifting duty by looking at drapes.
Okay. Then you're really just kind of patting around. You're not really gonna find one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the point is, with three of you, easily you hoist up the door. It's a little uncomfortable because it's not, terribly wide. It's door width.
I
so all
only
gotta
would have
work.
added trouble. It would have been more challenging.
A fourth person's pair of hands would not have, let him rest. He needs his moment. And then you get the door open. And you're looking out into this hallway. As I said, there are reddish-orange lights. Other than that, the hallway looks much the same. Is anybody going to step outside right
I
away?
am first out of the door.
All right, you are first out of the door.
Yes.
And look, there's the cause of the hissing sound. You see a very confused-looking man. He's balding on top, wearing a striped shirt. You don't immediately recognize him.
I was gonna say, does he look like he belongs here?
He's wearing a badge around, he's wearing a badge, and if you take a minute to think about it, maybe he works in records or the general counsel.
like Peterson or Peterman or
It's
whatever his
right
name
on
was.
the
Yeah,
tip of your
it's-
tongue. The point
that
is
guy.
that the hissing sound is issuing from him. Almost that sound that someone makes when someone else is sitting on their chest a little bit longer than they should. Like you have that memory, like mom saying, "Get off your sister."
What kind of things
know?
are you into? What?
And it's very obvious where that little clattering noise came from. He is not surrounded, but there's a small number of his own teeth on the ground around him.
Oh.
Oh,
He's just kind of staring
Peter
in your
dude.
direction. kind of glassy eyed.
I knew you. I told you should have gone to the dentist a while ago.
He will not be able to benefit from that advice now.
Oh dear.
He's just kind of
You could get implants.
staring.
Dentures. I heard dentures do wonders.
I'm going to step back and away from the door.
Okay. That's not unsound.
I'm not moving forward.
I'm gonna do
definitely.
the walk out, the
Okay.
peek out look. See oh.
Okay. He will start moving in your direction. He's just kind of, coming on over.
Is he puttering? Is he walking
He's not
briskly?
bringing a fruit basket.
Well-
He's
Does he?
Not bringing a fruit basket.
okay. He has no
Muffins,
more use
please.
for fruit. He is. I have to use the word shambling.
I was gonna say, is it kind of like a lurch? Is he lurching?
It's a shuffler.
That's the
This
thing.
is a shuffler.
He doesn't. I assume. Set me right if I'm wrong, but I assume zombie movies exist in the world of 7th Age.
Absolutely.
So I assume you've seen a zombie movie. This is not a zombie. Like he's not like dead. There's no like things dripping off of him, and there's no cast of annoying characters talking about him. Like he's
Right.
he's not. Your mind goes to zombie, but that's not a zombie. That can't be a zombie. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't look dead. He looks like he's got that glassy look and a little bit waxy maybe as he's getting a little closer. And then there's the teeth issue. And,
Right, and I will
he
be.
spits another one out.
Oh, I'll be calling to him as he approaches.
Oh, he'll come closer. He'll come faster.
No.
I have a flashback,
I am
too.
backing away. I'm
Yeah.
backing up.
His
into
mouth
the
opens
room.
real wide now.
No, I'm backing up
What's
into the room.
wrong with Parker?
He'll
Oh,
follow you.
he's missing teeth. I'm going behind the desk.
Yeah, I mean, the
What
hissing
kind of coffee
sound.
did you guys
The hissing
make?
sound is because the teeth that are missing.
Well, we did get a new brand
the
of coffee.
blood pouring from those wounds is forming little bubbles in his throat. And he'll totally enter the room. I mean, he's not about that.
I don't know if it was tested
Is
for
the
anything.
door of this room is still a door, right? There's still a wooden door.
Yeah.
I would like to try and close the door as I walk back into the room.
Would you like to try and close it before he gets through?
Yes.
Then you would like to open the house.
Yes. Okay.
Having
Difficult.
Oh,
flashbacks
boy.
to Globe of Battle Arts Zildjian Manor, where these things are all over the place.
Actually, on
terrified.
her sheet it says she's the fastest door closer. The fastest door closer this side of the Mississippi.
Trophy at home
Went
next
to
to the dead
She
plant.
went to the
Uses
Nashua
gas
door
mask.
closing
Yes.
competition.
But
Absolutely.
maybe the mesh from the chairs.
Okay.
Maybe
Because
the
they have
mesh
cushioning
Yes.
on it. Like
Yeah,
for those like
totally.
seats, we could just
Slam
like.
the door.
There's probably tape.
right
we
in
could
his
just tape
face,
it around ourselves.
and
That might work.
Yeah.
I mean, it stops him. He doesn't seem to be aware that it's stopped him because now he's pounding on it.
What?
Something's wrong with Peter Guy.
It's Parker. His name is Parker.
Parker is missing teeth and
What?
has lots of blood in his mouth, and it's very frustrating and worrying.
Biohazard. Right?
Resident Evil?
Well, no, it could just be
What?
like the reason that's the things we could
Biohazard
just
is
they could just be
called-
sick.
Resident Evil is called
Tiny
Biohazard
amount
in
of
Japan.
blood is beginning to pool at the bottom of the door.
It's a video game.
What is Resident
It's a
Evil?
video game.
No,
It's
there's
just a couple drops.
that like no. We need to like have things to protect ourselves.
Is there
in
any
case
water
of
in this
infection.
room? Is there like a pitcher of water for the meeting that we were about to have?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm going to, I guess, tear off. I'm an old guy. I have a handkerchief. And I'm going to wet the handkerchief. And I'm going to put it against my nose and mouth.
Hands trembling. I'm gonna work to take off like some cloth as well and do the same. It seems like
Gotcha.
as the blood starts pooling and the thought of germs getting nearby, there's a bead of sweat down Terrence's.
So now he's pounding heavily on the door, and this door ain't gonna last.
Oh boy.
I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
search the desk to see if there's anything that,
Well,
the NSO would have used
be-
to defend themselves.
To be fair, the NSA locks most of their desks.
Okay.
You can get in. You can get in there if you want to. You're asking whether there's going to be anything better than your firearm.
Maybe quieter than my firearm.
I'm troubled by the notion of a national security advisor that keeps a silenced pistol in their office.
Well,
So I'm going to
spooky
say
notion.
no.
I'm a realist. I'm a realist, and I know what our government's capable of. So
He may have connections to foreign governments.
Yeah.
You!
no.
Do you have a silencer on you?
How intact is that chair after I threw it at that big metal door?
It's intact. It's got a big ding on the wood now, but it's intact. Sure.
Can I try to like rip a leg off of it?
Just hit him with the chair.
Sure. You know what? If you put the chair down, you stomp on it with a steel-toed boot. Heavy boot, definitely. You got a leg.
Right. Who's playing
You have
baseball?
2 legs.
You're one leg ahead.
Anybody?
You got a leg. You going for another?
Yeah, I'll rip. A leg for every agent.
The chair does not have 6 legs. Agent, 4 legs.
Right.
No. Anybody that
Identifying
would like
traces.
a large chair leg is welcome to have
It's
one.
oak?
I'll
Yep.
take it.
Who plays baseball?
Not me.
More of a soccer player in 2nd grade.
What?
Sure. America's national pastime. None of you have played it. Makes sense.
I was a track man myself.
Cross
Where the
country.
back problems began.
As always, thank you for
I was
your
in the
service.
band, Duke.
So-
Marching?
Okay.
And the Secret Service agent who listens to Korean pop is going to go for a grand slam right now.
Have you
Can't
heard
hit us
Korean
on
pop?
Homer? Is that the plan?
She's the one to do it.
I
So
up against
Say
the
behind the
door
mask.
say,
the point is, holding the agent's engaged, and I assume there's at least one, in trying to hold the door shut. It is a losing battle. It's not that you're being overpowered, it's that the door is not going to survive. Eventually, you are going to be holding the door, and it will begin.
I say, Councilman Peterson, if you continue to try to break this door down, you must know that we are taking this as hostile action, and we will take hostile action against you.
Also, Parker. The same goes for you. His name is Parker.
Now that you're up next to the door, you can notice what I told him about, the small amount of blood pooling at the bottom of the door.
Yeah, that's nasty. But
Ooh.
Whoever this guy's assault, was he in the council's office? I think he was in the general counsel's office. Either way, his assault is not stopped.
well,
He does start shouting. Just kind of a guttural sort of, ah.
all right, I've had enough of this. Who's holding the door closed?
I am.
Okay. The 3 of us. This is done.
I will
Oh,
draw
how
my
do you-
sidearm as a last resort, but I would
How-
like to quietly deal with this.
How do you want to do this? Do you want me to open it and then you guys whack him?
Yeah, I think we give it a go 3, 2, 1, and
Okay, 3, 2, 1, open, or 3, 2, open on the
Hide behind the desk with the intern.
The door begins to splinter off its hinges.
okay.
3, 2, 1, open.
Open.
Okay, so. Bop. I'm going to ask both of you to pull from the tower. I'm not going to ask you to pull from the tower because allowing a door to open is a thing that happens naturally.
Correct. I just move out of the way.
And I see that you made a motion as if you have a gun drawn.
Yes.
I won't ask you to
the
drop the
other
tower
way.
unless you actually have cause to fire it.
Right. I'm waiting to see if the chair leg approach is successful
By all
before
You don't have to
I
commit. You don't have to
fail.
commit. You can
Really?
just fail.
Last
So-
time they told me you had to commit.
You can fail. You can choose to fail.
You just fail.
Just commit.
Just do it.
Do it. Do it.
You know what? Hang on, real quick, before you do that. Since he already made his, do you want to hear what I have to say?
Yes.
Okay. You're not gonna like it. You take a really good swing at this thing that used to work in the general counsel's office, and you put a good dent in his head. Like, you cave in the skull. It's a swing for the fences, beautiful moment. He kind of staggers and appears to be shaking it off.
What kind of monster nonsense have you put in your book? What the hell?
So
I blame you, Rick. I blame you.
Crap! I'm taped and wired to this chair. I can't run.
Would you like to make that pull?
yes.
By
Can
all
I
means.
change my action before I do so?
Of
Or
course.
my intended action? So I've seen The Walking Dead.
Sure.
And I know you gotta
Yeah.
destroy the brain. So I'm gonna take my pointy end and attempt to.
To drive it into the brain?
Yep.
Please make your pull.
It's the pulling out of the teeth.
Or
that
you can
gets me.
fail. Or you can fail.
Or die.
So
We might have a new
trembling.
tower after this.
I'm in your tower.
You just moved half the tower.
Did I?
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Just do
Only
it.
a little bit, yeah.
I think you're stuck
Goodbye.
failing. Or dying.
Is it? Okay. Is it not a rule?
Can you
of
just
Jenga
go for another one, or
that
do you
Can
have
I
to?
not touch the other?
It's
Yeah, you
super a
can't
rule
touch
that you
the
can
other
only
pieces.
use one hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't get to hold the rest of the tower
Yeah,
in
no,
place while you
sorry.
push another stick through.
That's fair.
Can you go for a new
Yeah, you
stick?
can go for another.
Yeah,
Can I
you
go
can-
for another one?
Sure.
Yeah, but that one has to stay where it is.
You can change
Okay.
your mind, but
Save it for
then
me.
you gotta leave this one.
I can do it.
Oh, there you go.
That's where it topples. Oh, it's been so much. Oh.
So immediately after he takes his swing and the thing's gonna. All right, am I still undead? Yeah. Well, I can do this. Immediately after his little internal pep talk, you just go for it, right through the eye goo everywhere.
Vitreous fluid.
I was literally
It's
just
called
about to say
vitreous
that. I
fluid.
was just about to say that. He has an
Sounds
imbalance in
as
his
gross as
humors
it
and he
is.
topples over. Just down. Just right in the clunk.
All right.
He did make a lot
I
of
don't think this is a drill anymore.
Yeah, I think she just killed Peterson.
His name is Parker.
Is anyone inspecting
I'm
the badge?
inclined to believe
Yeah, I will
Peterson is dead.
inspect the badge.
His name is Young.
I'm gonna agree with that.
He looks like Parker.
We should stay
worked in
with
the
them
budget
to
office.
observe
All your
Whatever.
jerks.
any crimes they commit.
I could also close the
Hell
door.
his name was. He
And just
clearly
stay in
made
here?
an
Yeah, we have
assault
water.
Against several federal agents.
But we don't have food. Well, we don't have food.
We all know
I'm getting a little peckish. I didn't eat
that is
lunch.
a punishable.
Oh,
Also no
don't
longer
worry,
have
we
a
have food.
door.
We do.
Yes.
He's
Oh.
clearly
Also
been
no longer have a
punished.
door.
But we can
He's
just put the
dead.
metal one back down.
Yeah.
Can you?
Is there anything else in the hallway that we should be concerned about immediately?
You
Like
don't
another
see
one of
any
these
other immediate
monsters?
threats? No. No.
Who?
You also don't see the President of the United States.
Main objective.
Well, I wasn't on tower.
4 days from retirement. I don't know. Like,
We should actually.
What else is? In
I'm
this
not, I don't know
hallway?
about the president's missing. That's right yet.
What else is in this hallway? Like on this, like other doors in this hallway?
The hallway to your left on exiting, it will eventually just run into like a dead end. Well, there's like a decorative window or I don't know, a vase from the Chinese ambassador or something.
I can tell what dynasty that is.
He sure can. The only one I know is Ming. So, to the right, there is an L-turn that will go to the lobby. And then from the lobby, there is another hallway that leads a straight shot towards the cabinet room, President's Secretary's office, and the Oval Office. Based on the fact, especially the Secret Service agents, I'll let you guys decide on your own whether your characters would be aware of this. You might be, you might not be. But especially the Secret Service agents, it's your job to know where he is at all times. Per his schedule, he should be in the Oval right now. Where he actually is, I mean, the last thing you heard over the headset was, has anyone got eyes on him? So where he actually is, we're not sure. But he should be in the Oval.
what were we assigned to today?
You were
Because clearly
going-
we weren't assigned to the president.
You were going to be on the president's security detail this afternoon.
Okay.
This morning, the National Security Advisor asked you to come in for a meeting.
Do we know which agents were assigned?
Definitely, you do. Yes.
Okay.
Do you know which agent?
She asked, and I said yes.
You know?
Let's
you,
make
you,
them up right now.
Indeed. Why?
I'm gonna try my radio again.
Your radio is still giving that awful electronic shrieking noise.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've taken my earpiece out at this point.
All right. I will take my earpiece out and turn off my radio so the battery doesn't die. Phones? Are all the
Not working.
cell phones not working? What about
It's not
landline?
working.
No.
You pick up.
Is
the
there a
phone.
landline in the office?
Static.
Great.
Can we Morse code through the static?
Do you know Morse
To
code?
who?
Anyone on the other line?
Sorry.
Weren't you
Well,
an Eagle Scout?
I know the history of Morse code, but I don't actually know it.
Fortunately, I'm an old man, and I'm gonna say I do.
Do you know it correctly, though? Do you remember anything?
No.
I'm going to be looking at the dead person that's right out in the hallway.
In the room, actually. No.
Or the room. Does the dead person have anything on him? I'm not touching him. I'm just looking.
Got a security badge.
Better than mine or worse?
Well, he's an actual employee with a clearance, so.
I'm gonna like take one of the sticks and try to work at getting
And poke the button. Go for it.
getting that badge off.
Well,
So
well, that's going on.
while the aide is poking the body, do any of the Secret Service have an interest in finding the president?
Yes.
On the
Yeah.
list of questions
Decidedly.
I don't feel like I should be asking, but we live in interesting times. So,
Yeah.
and you're all having a rough day. I acknowledge
A
that.
movie monster just showed up, so you'll have to excuse me and
This
give
is
me a
more
moment to
video
cool down.
game-esque, actually.
I'm guessing we kind of know the layout. fairly
100%.
well.
Literally blindfolded.
Excellent.
Here is
Part
a
of
map.
your job.
Oh boy, a map.
There is, in fact, a map.
Let's see here. So we, of course, are on the farthest possible end that we could be.
Apparently, a
From
person would wonder if that was
our
intentional.
So, whoa, making games.
Is this the actual layout of the White House?
Yes.
Yes. This,
Why? Why would they do that? It's such a terrible idea.
WhiteHouse.gov.
It's right next to the VP.
Listen, this is the layout of the White House so far as you're allowed to know.
Yes.
All right.
There's very decidedly no hidden tunnels around here, which we know exist.
This map is provided by the White House Official Museum.
Can
Yeah,
I-
so you know the stuff they're allowed to tell you.
Right.
Right.
Just,
Yep.
Not the door that meshes with the wall that
Right.
leads to the bunker.
All right.
Not the
So-
portal to the other side of the room.
So, having had a chance to take a peek at the map, which, of course, at the very least, the Secret Service, you're required by your job to have it committed to memory. I imagine you guys also know it very, very well. Having had a look at the map, as you can see, the fastest way to the president is through the lobby.
Oh,
However,
what do you mean, however?
There would be lots of people in the lobby.
in the chance
There could be people in the lobby. That's true.
what time of
and-
day was it when this all went down?
Morning.
Yeah,
So like middle of
There's
the
like-
workday.
Yeah.
several hundred people probably in the lobby of the White House right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna peek out
Well.
of the hallway, look around.
What if they're all
when I see
missing
the vase,
teeth?
oh, that's a nice song,
If
Dynasty
they are all
vase.
missing teeth, they are
It
no
is.
longer
It is.
important to us.
I'm gonna eventually get this badge off of him. And,
You are.
And clean, like hands wrapped up, clean off any blood and germs that may be on
Let's,
it.
How many
You know what,
rounds
I'll
does
say
my
that
clip?
there's some Purell.
All right, that I actually would carry some.
Yeah.
How many rounds are in our clips?
I'm
Something tells
gonna
me a
say 10
germaphobe
because
is
I'm
about.
generous.
10? Okay.
10
Like
rounds.
40 bullets amongst those.
Nine and one in the chamber.
Reduces your life expectancy by 7 years.
Mm.
Cool.
So, I say
Put on his badge. And
we have two courses of action.
you don't want to be dead like him.
We can
When
take
you're dead, you're worthless.
the swiftest route,
I mean,
go through the
harvesting
lobby,
organs is worth something.
head towards the
Yeah.
Roosevelt room, straight
know
through
what?
the
He
corridor
might
and
be able
into
to
the
keep us
Oval
alive.
Office.
Were you named after
Also, he's
Roosevelt's
balding.
wife?
He probably has liver failure.
I don't really know.
Okay.
I'm
Not
not
the
very
time
good with
limit.
this biology stuff.
Ask
That's
me about my
right.
dead
Just
mom later.
curious.
Who knows?
Uh,
Maybe maybe he's got some secret
Awkward.
dirty cancer working around.
I
inside him.
literally go.
Never know.
Who knows?
I know
I
one
don't
team
intend
that's
to
going to be
find out.
sitting down with HR before this apocalypse is over.
We'll go through the Roosevelt room.
We're not paying
corridor,
a claims suit on this, by the way.
Straight.
No,
to the
we
Oval
will
Office.
we will stand in
However-
testimony
Yeah.
about what happened.
I've never seen these doors before.
We got, just so you guys know, we've agreed that Pierce
Young.
Parkerson.
Young.
You are wearing his name tag.
Oh, right. Young. We agree that we saw him act aggressively to you and you had to use lethal force. Just so you know.
I feel obligated to point out that he has literally interrupted a plan to save the president's life to pass this along.
Buddy,
Thanks.
Throwing
do
that
you
out there.
think there's a world where if I say something happens and you say anything different and anybody's gonna believe you?
Oh, yes, this one.
I'm gonna brush that off and go right back to, so there's the immediate plan, right to the tower. Straight shot through the entire White House. However, I've never seen these doors before. Young over here is missing teeth, acting aggressively. A lot of the stuff I've seen on TV. We do have
Do you believe
a
everything you see
path
on TV?
next to the vice president. there's a
I know
chance
things about the TV,
he's still in
but
his
no.
office.
Oh.
There's a chance we can still preserve American democracy.
Okay.
So I say, do we go straight for the tower, or do we try
The
to
smaller
attempt
tower.
to see? Yeah. What do they call that?
The vice president's just a patsy. Let's just go right for the real person.
What?
All right, that's one vote straight through.
Does his vote count?
No, I'd like to go around, please.
Around?
It doesn't.
Realistically, it's going to take us less than a minute either way. Let's just go. Take
Alright.
the hallway. I don't care.
I'm gonna poke my head around the corner at the end of this hallway and take a look down, see what's
Down around that, over by, shall we say, the door that leads to the lobby?
right.
Like that area? Big, hang on.
Careful. Wait.
In those doors, the doors that lead to the lobby are just a pair of wood doors with glass worked into them, frosted glass in kind of a pattern. You see those doors? Is there anything more that you're looking for? Or? And to
Is
get into
there
real
any-
detail, you're gonna have to get closer.
How much of the door is frosted glass? Is it just a full frosted glass door?
There is a pane of glass set into the top half of each door.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
And it's frosted, not completely frosted, but frosted with like a pattern, like an oval with some ivy working around it kind of thing.
I've
Okay.
seen him go down the hallway, and I've tailed him like.
I'm gonna walk
20
down
feet
the hallway
behind.
long enough
Okay.
to see
Through those
through the
doors
glass
into
into the lobby. Yeah.
You're gonna have to get close to actually see through like the non-frosted edges. From where you are, though, you can see there's definitely people in there. There's people, shapes, and shadows moving around in there.
Okay.
Are you gonna get up real close?
Yeah, I'll get close to like the edge of the glass. I don't want to like stand directly in front of it, but maybe like peer
Are
inside.
you like just marching on over there and announcing your presence? Or are you
I mean,
gonna-
do I hear anything from where I'm at now?
From where you're at now? No.
No.
You get a little closer.
When I get closer, and if I start hearing noise from the other
Bit
side of
that
it,
hissing sound, but that could be nothing.
I'm 15 feet behind him, like 10, 15 feet behind him.
when I hear the hissing, I'm gonna stop where I am.
It's probably a gas leak. Probably nothing.
Okay.
In what world is a gas leak nothing?
I'm gonna listen to the sound for a while and see if it changes like the first one did.
Changes? No.
Like
it's
any
a little
gurgling?
different. It's a little different. It's not louder, but it's got more depth.
More horde-like, would you say?
I hesitate to use words like that. But yeah.
You're not wrong, but I
not
wouldn't
wrong.
call it a horde.
You're not
Everybody's
wrong,
blood
I'm just
sounds a
uncomfortable
little
saying
different pouring from their body.
mean, do
If
it-
you're
get a little closer
following,
and
I'll
kinda-
give you like one of these,
I stop.
and I'll take very soft steps back, and I need to get back to the group and let them know what I saw.
I will follow.
Okay. No one's gonna actually like go up and peer through the glass?
No.
No,
No. You're not tempted? Okay.
not
Does
even a
that
little.
door-
Just asking.
Does that door have like handles on the outside?
I'm gonna say it's just like a push swing through situation.
Oh, great.
Lobby's not
Of
an
course it
option.
is.
There's
More?
worse than a gas leak or something, but more of whatever happened here and a gesture at the corpse. Sounds like is
Here
over
is
there.
where we killed a guy?
Before we showed up.
Oh.
What happened here
Oh.
is in the lobby.
Oh.
To the vice president, then.
Yep. All right.
Now, as you'll notice, based on the way that it's set up, you don't have to like sneak past the lobby in order to get there. You can just be kind of careful and head over to the vice president's office. I'm saying I'm not going to make anybody pull from the tower to do you sneak past the horde.
Oh, there is a horde.
I'm not.
He's neither
will-
confirming nor denying.
I will not confirm what spelling of the word horde I'm using.
It's a lot one treasure piled in one place.
In the lobby.
In the shapes of
Sure.
people.
Is anyone tempted to find out what kind of horde I'm describing?
The lobby is where we
It
store
is
treasure.
7th
By
age,
treasure,
so
I
you're
mean a
not
room full of
altogether
hissing
wrong.
sounds.
There might be treasure.
I am
Who knows?
curious to peek in.
Okay, you gonna get over to the door?
Yeah. As we're walking to the vice
Okay.
president, I'm in the back.
I'm not going to ask for anything as Dungeons and Dragons-y as a marching order, but I just kind of want to know how people advance. Like,
Presumably, we have 2 agents in front and 2 agents behind, and we're
Right.
protecting civilians.
yeah, I guess that's my most pertinent question: is are these guys
Yeah.
in the middle? Is someone watching these two,
Yeah.
or do you guys care?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I'll be in
I
front.
mean, they're civilians, so
Yeah.
we should.
I have what I think is a great idea, which is that we take whatever furniture is quietly and easily taken out of that room and just put it in this hallway. Almost like a barricade.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna say the amount of effort involved doing that quietly is going to be difficult.
15 pulls.
Unless you have a character background that says you're the quietest furniture mover this side of the Mississippi.
Is that something you wrote on your
It's
character
not.
sheet?
It's definitely not.
My point here is, this one's headed straight for the lobby. Does anyone notice or care?
Well, I would be in front of him.
Okay, so you're going with.
No, like I'm in front of him, so as I'm
Okay.
passing by, I don't actually see him.
I'm
go
not
up
going to
here.
let
Oh,
him
okay,
get
gotcha.
behind me. So as we
Okay, so
move
then-
toward the vice president,
Okay.
I am
We will
going
be in
to.
front then.
We'll be in front.
Like,
they'll
Is
bring up the
anyone
rear.
okay? So really, you're good to go. I guess. I mean, he's headed for the lobby. Is someone gonna-
What are you doing?
I just want to see if there's a way through.
There's not.
Well, I just wanna
Agent
Richard, Agent Scott.
Agent Scott already told you,
but I want to know what he saw.
but it doesn't matter.
It
It's
does.
a threat to civilian life.
We have more papers to shred in the next room.
I know that. I want to know why.
Stay alive to shred papers with me.
I don't know which ones are actually meant to be shredded.
I'm not going in there.
I've only shredded receipts so far.
You know what? I don't care. Go. Whatever. Let's go.
Okay, so you tiptoe over towards the double doors. You kind of get as close as you can, and you're kind of peeking through the glass around the frosted portion, and there's just a bunch of people milling about. Let's say 30 or 40.
The number matters.
Okay. It's hard to get a handle on it, though.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fair.
There's a lot of them moving around.
Unless he wants to stay in
Unless
front
he
of
wants
the
to
pain
stay
long
there
enough
and
to
count.
count all of
Right.
Several of them are familiar. Some are coworkers. Well, were, as yet to be determined.
Do they? Are they all just sort of like walking around and?
I mean, some are moving, some aren't. They're all just kind of occupying the lobby.
Okay.
They all went to the lobby to get themselves a
Do I
snack.
think the lobby's big enough that I can sneak through?
No.
Okay.
It's definitely not big enough that you can sneak through. One of them, at least, would find you.
Is there another door on the other end of the lobby?
Yes.
Could I
On the other side of the horde?
sprint through?
No. It's on the other side of. Now we know what I mean when I say horde.
Gotcha.
Oh.
There are 2 exits from the lobby,
No
other than
mountains
the
of
one you
gold.
have. The exit on the other side of the lobby through the
Just
horde,
the hearts of zombies.
You could
no
be
longer
retired right
treasure.
now.
and the other exit, which is the exit out of the building. It's a lobby.
Run towards the front door. Get the fuck out of here.
Good luck getting through
If
that door.
is
Your
open.
odds. I'll tell
probably
you,
slim.
you
I'm
don't
gonna-
like your odds.
I'm going to stick with the Secret Service. I'm good.
You don't like your odds.
I'm good.
Plus, you know the door is there. You can't see it from this angle. You know for a fact that it's there.
There's probably other
If
people. that
there's
ran.
if there's a big metal security door over any door in this building, surely it's over that one.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to be when the horde catches up to
Yeah.
you?
No. I'm good. I'm going to keep with the Secret Service.
Good call.
When he returns, I come.
Why
it's
isn't
better
there a
probably 'cause
big
there
metal
was
door
probably
in front of
biohazard
this one?
in there.
In front of what?
Maybe?
The lobby?
We don't know.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Everybody else
Because game
is
mechanics.
fucked up.
You'll have to ask.
Oh.
You'll have to ask the game mechanics. Listen to you. You'll have to ask whoever installed the doors, which means you'll have to discover who installed the doors.
Cool.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of unanswered questions.
So
I
instead
ca- I
of
can- I come back in.
Let's come back.
instead of the furniture,
You
you
have,
did say that there was a very
You're
beautiful ancient vase.
Song Dynasty, it's worth a lot of money. You should not break it.
I put it in the middle of the floor. If it falls over, it'll be loud.
early warning alarm. Your scout has returned.
Got enough?
Yeah, there's about 40 people that are all seemingly on the gonzo level.
Do you want to go ahead and try to go through the lobby then, or
No. I was just seeing what we were dealing with.
Oh.
So his
So-
word wasn't enough.
So Agent
no, it totally was.
Agent Scott's description of the situation is fine
Accurate.
then. It's accurate.
I needed to engage my level of terror
Sure.
from shat myself to possibly now having a lower life expectancy.
Sure. So maybe from here on out you just
I'm good. Let's get to the
defer
president.
to our wisdom on these
Yes,
things.
wherever you guys are going.
The door to the vice president's office has a big metal security plate in front of it.
Of course it does.
Take out I try to do the same thing I did
You
to the
go
last
like
door.
looking around for the keypad.
Look around,
Takes a
try to-
minute. You find it.
Right.
Awesome.
All right, bud, do your thing.
Oh, again?
You were so good at it last time.
Here's what I'd like. I would like a pull from the tower to open the door. Either a pull to hotwire the keypad, or a pull to lift the heavy steel door. I'll let the two of you choose what's getting pulled in by
I'll
who.
pull. Thanks so much.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you sure you're comfortable with that?
you want to? I mean, I was planning on getting rid of that one you failed to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm good at that. Do you wanna?
How do you feel, Agent? You
Might
feel
take a
lucky?
while.
All right, you go ahead and give me that door open.
Goddamn lockpick fingers. Lousy tiny raccoon hands.
It's not happening.
It's really tight.
Well, you see,
Yeah. Look at this
Master,
ninja.
master of Jenga.
Oh my
Have you
god.
come around to the light side?
No, I just needed to show my skills so no one disbelieved me anymore.
Yes.
Lousy trash
Oh my
panda.
god.
So now we know he's been. See, ever since then, he's been practicing Jenga at night.
Since he took on
I
the
didn't-
initial role of Bobby the intern.
I didn't need to practice.
Wow.
I was good even before
Oh.
that time.
So Bobby successfully hotwires the keypad, and the door lifts a couple of inches. And you can move.
With that little boost of confidence of doing it a second time, I tell her, I just want to let you know, the first time you told me to do it, it wasn't exactly correct. But we can work on that.
But the important part is that we're not dead and the door's open.
Yes,
So, great.
that is the
Bobby
the
the
vice
intern
president?
has learned how to criticize Secret Service agents.
Might
This
have a
is-
job for you later.
Okay.
But I'm done with this intern thing. I
Oh.
mean, you know,
Bobby.
actual.
Your answer is yes. This is the vice president's office.
Is he inside?
He is not.
Oh.
The vice president's office is a very comfortable, professional two-room office. There's a desk, some chairs, a couch with a glass coffee table. There is no vice president. There are no former coworkers either. So hey, win.
Let's go.
Is there another computer in this room?
Look at.
There is another computer. As I
it-
said, there's a desk. The drawers are not locked this time.
I would
Does
like
does anybody want to search this room? I would like a poll from anybody who would like to search this room.
I am totally looking in places for things that might be slightly illegal data.
I'm gonna ask politely, just because there's two towers, please go one at a time.
Because there might be illegal data, you know, cool things that aren't supposed to be known. This is my chance to look around the vice president's office for
It sure is.
I remember what we found.
things. So I am totally looking.
Where are you looking?
I'm going to start where we were from the coffee table right to his desk.
Okay, on the coffee table, there is a little black leather-bound book.
Perfect.
It's as you open it up, I mean, it looks like not a day planner, but more of like a journal, I guess. You would not have thought the vice president a journaling man. He's a religious man, but not a journaling man. It's got writing in it that does not look like any language you're familiar with. I mean, I don't know how many languages Mr. Abernathy knows. I assume working in the White House, you've got a passing knowledge of things like many of the Arabic scripts and possibly some Eastern language. I don't know.
I mean,
It doesn't look-
I come from a family of, you know, well, there's secrets
Okay.
that will be revealed.
I believe you. It doesn't look familiar.
Okay, good.
What kind of leather is it? I'm an avid hunter.
You are an avid hunter. You want to cash in that freebie?
Yeah, sure. So, why don't you go hunting with your son anymore? 'Cause he's dead. He died in a hunting accident.
Oh,
Jeez.
That's
Wow.
right. That's how you cash in your freebie. I should have done that.
It's-
that's sad.
It's very old. It's very old, and It was probably not originally black, but it appears to be genuine supple baby hide.
Like people, baby?
Let's just stop at people and
Can I see that? This is really fine craftsmanship. Ooh,
It is
that's
actually.
really fantastic.
It is, but I need page
You
from
don't.
you.
It's fine.
What did you see in there?
So more people wanted to search though.
I actually just need something from
Yeah.
there.
The
What'd you see in
computer
there?
is what I want to look at.
Yeah.
Just this page that had information on it that's useful. I'll show it to you. Here, flip to this page. I come around, I show you. Three over. Thank you. Okay. I have a recurring dream of a massive eye seeking and eventually finding me. And what do I think this means? The all-seeing eye of Nushku sees me, and I know that the Illuminati and the Masons, which have trained me to ascend to power, are speaking to me in cryptic ways. So whatever that says, I'm committing that to memory.
This will come in handy later.
I closed the book and put it back in my inside pocket.
Okay. So you made your pull. Great. You're at the computer, and the computer is the least interesting thing here. The vice president's physical day planner is sitting right on the desk, right in front of the computer. As you're flipping through, possibly looking for a password, you see, inked into his day planner, that the vice president had a meeting with the cabinet this morning. Considering the timetable, if you take a minute to think about when his meeting was set for and what time it is now and what time things happened, he was in that meeting the minute that those doors came down. Just a little bit before.
Hey guys, I don't want to put too fine a point on this, but the vice president in his office has a journal made of human leather.
Did someone else want to search?
What?
I don't know how to make that
Like
dumber.
people leather?
Like made of people.
Maybe I should give that a minute.
Well, the nation knew what we got into when we elected people.
Where is it?
It's in my pocket
Why?
Get that.
because I don't want him to have it.
Why not?
Can we see it?
Sure.
He did decide that he was going to eat me at some point. So
Well-
it's probably a good idea that you did that.
No, I am the aide to the president, and this is.
Why
our-
would this?
To be fair, the vice president has strong views on the sanctity of human life.
Sure does. Can I take a quick
That's the whole-
peek at
Yeah,
that?
I'm just kind of
Because
holding it out
I,
in front of us, flipping through it. Like, why would
Do
he
I-
have
I
this?
do have a year
Do I
of
recognize it
art
in any
history.
language? Sumerian? No.
I do have a year of art history
Oh.
under my belt, which,
It is not especially artistic.
yeah, but art history does include ancient symbols,
It's true.
icons.
You do not see any familiar history of art present in this book.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can look for a password in this book too. Like, clearly it's
Not in a language that you speak.
okay.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna keep flipping through it.
All right.
Nothing. Okay.
It's a book.
Thumb through all the
It's a
pages.
creepy book. Nice try, but we're not
It
there yet.
could just
Just-
be.
I'm gonna grab it
It
back.
could not be real. It could just be a gift that was given to him.
Are
does go
you
to all kinds of
questioning
countries.
the Secret Service again? Did that work out well for you the last time?
I don't think it ended badly for him anytime.
I mean, the guy goes on international tours all the time.
I'm gonna grab the
Seems-
journal
I
and
hand
go
it
to the
back to him,
computer
like, that
and
seems-
use my login.
Okay. It doesn't work.
Young person, one of you, log into this computer. I forgot my password. Apparently.
Okay, I will.
There is a special. There is a special encryption that does not enable an entire network to log in from any computer.
Right.
Try the password Dream Daddy.
Was anyone else searching, or are we good?
I'm gonna look and see if there's anything in the drawers.
Okay. Let me check. There were a bunch of hands up, and you already did a poll, so let me just check and make sure.
Yeah, I actually, while I was taking my computer classes, I did some, I might have gotten into a little bit of hacking. Maybe.
You might.
Just
Is
a
that why you
little bit.
failed your computer class?
We're not going to talk about that right now. So if I could try and go around it.
Sure. Give me a poll.
Cool.
Is that one of your things? Is that one of your freebie things?
It could be she reveals.
It's not. She failed her class.
How much does she want to reveal?
You can't
Evan's
pull
over there
three from top,
judging
by
your
the way.
technique
Oh.
right now.
This
Oh
is
yeah.
That's not a. It's
Okay,
not
it's
a
not a
complete
full-
laydown.
No,
Then I'll-
we already let somebody else do it, so I was going to let it go.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
What?
It was probably
Three from the top.
Technically, in Jenga, you're not supposed to pull from the top 3 complete rows.
Oh, really?
because you
because-
can just make a solid
yeah.
tower and keep.
Yeah.
Right.
Eventually, it runs out.
Technically, you're not supposed to, but I was, there's 2 towers. I'm going at this for a while and I haven't killed anybody yet. I was
Oh
gonna let it go.
no.
It just means that first death happens. It's gonna be
Extra delicious.
yes.
Sweet. Ah.
Congratulations. Very nice.
It's no longer free from the job.
Congratulations. You have managed to hack the Vice President's computer. Yes. Well done, Secret Service.
My jaw hits the floor.
And you are in. Cool. What are you looking for?
What are we looking for?
I am gonna look. I assume I know how Google works.
I assume you know how Google works, yes.
No, I don't. I just think I do. So I'm gonna.
So
type
that's
I'm
Google
just
where
gonna
we're
like
heading.
type in like weird occult letters into Google and see if I can figure out a translation for this
the
book.
Vice President's computer
It's
and
a
use
Unix
Google.
system. I know this.
Cannot get an internet connection.
That's the
Okay.
internet's broke.
Okay, well then I will look through
Who's
his.
in charge of it today?
I'll look through the files that are
files?
actually stored on his
Where's the
computer.
office?
For anything weird. I don't know.
Anything weird.
Well, I see. Okay, I was looking through the book
gonna
while he was
type
flipping.
anything-
Yeah,
search
anything,
anything
weird.
weird?
Yeah, I saw the what the weird writing in the weird book. That's now
Guys,
in his
if you
inside
want to look for something weird, or you're looking for something out of the ordinary, let me have a seat there at the computer. I know you guys don't know the president and the vice president's routine, but trust me, I deal with them every day. I know what I'm looking for.
Why don't you tell me what I'm supposed to be looking for then? I'll put it in.
Okay, here. All right, so you want to click over here on this drive,
Uh-huh.
go to this place over
Uh-huh.
here, open up these files here, and that thing called that file that he's got just labeled 0032. Yeah, that, just go through here. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to.
Can't wait to see where this is headed.
I have no idea. It's just that carrying a White House cell phone is a big responsibility, and it is very empowering to know the president and vice president's secrets, because I've been leaking and selling their data to Silicon Valley Press for a while now.
I believe you.
So I would like to direct her into the dirt that needs to get deleted and the dirt that I don't know about yet.
Okay. What is it that you have an interest in? Like,
Is the vice president up to any betrayal of the president? Is he out to?
there. Okay. There are. I mean, how much time are you guys going to sink into this? Like, how much?
I
how
wasn't gonna
How many
spend
hours
too
are you guys
long.
really going to be here? Because there's a
No.
lot of emails you can go through if you really want to.
I would start by recent.
We can put this all on a flash drive, and I can carry them for later, just in case they are important.
Okay. Yes. You
Right,
definitely
'cause
can.
I can't sort through all of them, but
Um,
we can just get the.
It's worth pointing out that there are literally people in jail for having done that. So
Well, right,
But they weren't doing it
Secret
during
now this
Service
might
is
be
doing
the
it.
end of the world. So who knows?
But see, I'm not doing
But
it.
I'm just throwing that out there.
What's his agent? Agent
Melinda
Chase.
Chase.
Agent Chase is the one doing this. So just go ahead and copy that over.
Okay.
It's a breach of protocol.
So
I don't feel too.
the guy that lays out the president's suits
Uh-huh.
has asked you to commit treason.
Yeah,
How's
I
that
don't
working out for
feel too. I don't feel too good about that.
Okay, while we sort that out, I'm going to offer one last person that wanted it a chance to search.
Make sure no one's touching the table.
Do you want me to say what I'm searching for first, or
As you prefer.
okay? I'm going to say first because who
Okay.
knows how this is going to go.
Where are you searching? Let's start with that.
I am searching. So, computers are covered. You look through kind of like bookshelves.
He was over by the chairs and the coffee table.
Okay.
They're over by the desk. There's a cloakroom. No, not a cloakroom, more of a. Well, I mean, it's just like a closet.
I'm definitely going to check out that closet.
Sure, check the closet.
And,
Go for it.
Yeah.
One hand.
1, 2, 3. One hand.
So much math involved.
There he is.
Ooh, that's mine. That's next.
That's mine.
Little do you know, this is actually a Jenga competition between me and Bobby.
Yeah, I'm sure the vice president has a Jenga tower in his office. That we're
It's
currently
a
playing.
disaster.
Yeah, that would be the worst piece ever to pull. What are you?
Oh,
You must be
man.
really. I mean, even I'm not that. Like,
Or you just fail.
you can knock it over. That's an option.
Could fail.
There's not a lot of things in here to kill you right now.
Stop whispering.
Oh yes, there are.
Oh. Get away from me.
Goodbye.
That's it. We're dead.
Very
We failed.
nice. Very nice indeed. Congratulations.
The closet.
So you're going through the closet. There's coats in it, spare suit, in case something happens, like gets a spill or something. And as you're patting down a coat, there's something big and bulky in that coat pocket. And when you reach in to find out what it is, there's a radio. Walkie-talkie.
Oh, okay.
Looks intact, looks good.
I turn it on.
You turn it on. You get some static. You filter through a couple of channels, I assume, just to see. You're not getting that horrible electronic sound that you were getting in your earpiece. So that's a step up, right? You filter through a couple of channels, and then eventually you hear, "Can anyone hear me?"
Oh, yes. This.
It is definitely the voice of the president. Can anyone hear me? Is anyone on this thing?
I do actual touchdown arms.
Anyone?
Yes, sir. This is Agent Clearwater.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I found someone.
Yes.
Where are you?
Sir, we are,
What's going on?
Sir, I think it's more important that I know where you are in this moment.
I haven't seen anything since the Secret Service put me in here.
In where?
What?
I'm definitely in a closet. I think in the Oval. I don't know if Secret Service grabbed me.
Is there anything?
My own agents grabbed me. And put me in. They put a hood over my head.
If he comes out of that closet, he's not going to let him serve in the military.
Sir, is there anything in the
Don't
closet
ask.
with you
I'm
that
not
can
taking him out of the
denote
closet.
which closet you are inside of?
Well, it's big. This might be the one in the Oval. Yeah, I think I've seen them open this one from time to time.
Is there any items of your own personal?
Yes.
Do you see your
yes,
own?
Right.
my suits are here, yes.
Great. Yes,
That could be
sir.
any closet.
I suppose that is a thing that could be true.
And then I found this radio and I've been calling for help.
Okay.
Are you nearby?
It's definitely his closet.
Not exactly. Have you been successful on any other channel? Is there any other form of communication?
No, I haven't. I've been calling since this whole thing went down, since I found this.
Okay.
Please,
All right. What I'm gonna need you to do first,
can I trust you though?
sir, I am a member of your Secret Service.
Secret Service put me in the closet.
It is literally my job to give my life for you, which is on my sheet.
I have to admit, it's a relief just to hear your voice, Agent.
I'm glad you are safe. It is very important to me and my pension that you are safe.
You need to get me out of here.
Sir, we will do the best that we can. We will head to the Oval Office now.
Is
I
everybody
want you
focused
to...
on this call?
That's a good question. I mean,
I'm
technically
certainly
she was
listening to
over
it.
by the closet, so it's reasonable that people might have been paying attention to other things.
I've just been looking out the door that we came in, just to make.
Okay.
I've been
There
paging
are
through this
no
book.
awful things coming.
What are you
Okay.
doing specifically?
It's
What are
nothing
you-
legible in it.
Okay.
No, I'm just like, that's weird.
Neither of
It
us
is
have
that.
turned to a
Must be millennials.
These millennials. This is probably what a Twitter is.
Sir, do you know who the agents were that captured you?
It was my regular detail. Tennyson and Hubert.
Tennyson and Hubert. Are there any other voices that you recognize?
Well, I feel like I hear something going on the other side of the door. I can't tell what.
Does it sound like a fun time or a bad time?
This isn't that Instabook they talk
Excuse
about.
me?
No.
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 Just trying to put it in terms that
can't
you
read
can
that.
understand.
Where are
I think it's important that we keep our location secure so that we can keep you secure.
I agree. Get here now.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm going to now turn off this radio.
No.
To preserve the battery of this radio. I suggest
But the
you do
batteries-
the same and check in with me in 10 minutes.
I'm not concerned about my batteries.
That makes sense.
His batteries are the best batteries.
Sir, we
They're such
will
good batteries.
indeed get to you. It is our main objective.
I'm relying on you, Agent.
Yes, you are. Wait, turn off the radio.
That is a true fact.
Just
Yes.
sass the leader of the free will.
He doesn't know the difference.
Anyway.
That was a true fact statement.
So I assume pretty much everybody probably heard this conversation. All right, please continue.
Did I see anything while I was going through all the files he told me to go through? Anything that looked like what I see in this book?
You find a number of email chains that relate to this meeting that has to happen this morning,
Okay.
and that is or was happening this morning.
Okay.
And the most suspicious thing about them is how extremely careful they are with coding their language with what they're talking about.
Great.
Like, I mean, there's mentions of like, we need to talk to Daisy.
Give me
We
your
need
answer,
to
dude.
gather. We need to gather firewood because if we don't, the horses won't come. Like,
What do horses need firewood for?
someone without your training could interpret it as just balls out lunacy.
No, but we deal in codes all the time.
Obviously, that's what this is.
Yeah.
They're speaking in obvious code,
Okay, so
which is weird because it's totally an internal email.
Who's involved in this email?
You know, as you check through, you don't recognize all the email addresses, but you do see the vice president, obviously, the chief of staff, the press secretary, and a number of members of cabinet.
Just like everybody.
A lot
But the
of the
president.
top brass.
everybody but the
Not the
You
president.
do not see the president. Well, the president famously does not use email.
It's true.
Fine.
All right, so
Okay, look, that's true. I'm sorry, I didn't make that
I'm
up.
gonna focus on these emails, see if I can pull a meaning from
You're going to
them.
be here a while.
Oh God.
Look, let's just save them and move on.
Yep.
Yes, let's download them all to a
That's
flash
subjective.
drive and
Flip
make
to
sure
the
you
back
don't
of
tell
that
the
book.
lawyers that you did it after whatever this is over.
I flipped to the back of the book.
Is there a glossary in the back of that?
There is no glossary.
No index, for
I'm sorry.
instance?
It was a journal.
Table of contents?
Listen, somebody just died out there. The president's obviously in a closet somewhere. This could be important information, and we're only getting in once. And you know what? What do I hate most about working in this White House is the rules. All right? The rules that we all have to follow just to get shit done. It's why the government is broken, and you have a chance right now to be more than just that. I'm using my freebie to attempt to convince you to go ahead and do this.
That's a good one.
I will say,
Uh-huh.
do you have a freebie you want to throw at blocking that? Or would you like to accept that who knows what's going on? Possibly nothing even matters anymore. This is low on the totem pole for your priorities.
This is true.
Which of those options do you prefer?
No, I don't really care about the government. So.
Okay, so who cares?
Can I
Fine.
intervene?
Give the baby his
Standing
flash
next to
bottle.
her?
By all means.
I would like to use my freebie. I have a freebie. How do you feel about recently becoming a part of a 4-person team? My response is it makes choosing lunch more difficult, but protocol is protocol.
Ooh.
Wow.
Exact opposite is mine.
Okay.
Perfect counter.
Yeah.
I do get a lot of special orders. I'm sorry. You know. No.
I'm going to say that despite the beautiful use of the freebie, the strength of the team is hard to undermine.
Yeah.
I understand.
So,
I just like to go home, if that's possible. I've had a long day.
you know where the exit is.
I haven't eaten. I didn't.
It's not even
A lot of other people in
11
the building
o'clock.
saying that same
Can
thing.
we I don't know, stop by
If you
a
weren't
counter where there's
so-
donuts on it? There's got to be one here.
The closest place to here
The dining
is
room's
the
on the
Thai
way to the Oval
place.
Office.
The closest place that delivers from here is the Thai place.
Well, we don't have
and
service.
If you weren't so picky, we would have had lunch today.
But it's morning.
The dining room's on the way to the Oval.
Great.
That is the president's private
Actually-
dining room, it's worth noting.
There'll be
But there is an
plenty
Yeah,
of
but
food
door.
He's hiding
Probably
in the closet.
McDonald's.
Our president's a good
I
eater.
I believe I got the receipt and shredded it.
You shredded it.
So, what's the plan then?
we can leave him there and go on to the
Oh,
Oval
scratch.
Office.
What's the plan, group?
That's great.
We keep moving.
Yeah.
moving.
Alrighty.
I mean, I'm following
Heading
you
on up, back
guys.
to the
You
hallway?
guys know what you're doing.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do
Right?
not
head on
leave-
down
I
to
do
the
not leave
south.
the computer logged in.
I
We
trust
should
you,
head
dude.
through the south
Dude,
corridor
I
and go
could
by
always
the,
trust you.
I was thinking about like finding a thing to put on it to like keep pressing the keys so it didn't go back into screensaver mode or something.
No, I mean I've been sitting at it the
One of
whole
those
I tell you
time.
that
We're
you
done.
can actually change the settings so they don't fall asleep. There's
So,
actual
I'm
settings.
sorry,
Right
we're
for the
headed
dining
where?
room.
The dining room.
southern corridor by the senior advisory staff.
Okay. Great.
I've been keeping lookout.
Are you stopping in at any of those places on the way, or
Going to chief of
is
staff.
it time to make progress? It's up to you guys.
That's probably time
Maybe the
to make
chief of
progress.
staff was
Let's
on
make
that.
some progress.
Yeah.
We know where he
Okay.
is.
You're stopping in. You're bypassing chief of staff, senior advisors. You're. I'm never, ever trying to tell my players what to do. Ever. I
We
swear. I'm just trying to.
Found out
Except for
that
this
the
time.
president is alive, and our first priority is to him.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Heading straight for the dining room then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. As I mentioned, it is the president's private dining room. It's a very, very well-appointed, slightly gaudy room with a large dining table. There's china on display. There is a place setting for one. This is the private dining room that the president uses when things are so complicated in the Oval and he literally just can't get away and join the family in the residence. So this is where he goes.
So it's like an everyday kind of deal.
When you arrive, there is a security door. Finding the keypad is still easy. You've been through a number of these now. I'm going to ask for one more poll to make sure that you've really got the hang of it.
No, okay.
Whether we are either hot wiring or otherwise just forcing.
Those
Come on, trash
tiny little
man.
fingers.
That's worse.
Let me do it.
I'm not here to get anyone killed.
He's like a coal mine canary.
Uh-huh.
These aren't very good, are they? Oh, there you go.
This is the first time I've been happy to be on this tower.
The intern has successfully hotwired another door, and you are ready to lift. Team power lift moves into place.
Team power lift.
Fantastic.
Writing that down.
So, as the door opens, you hear a very familiar hissing sound.
Close the
Would
door. Close the
someone
door.
like to try and stop the door from opening?
I'm gonna take a step back and draw my sidearm.
I do
Well
the
done.
same.
Yep.
Well
How
done.
far open do we have the door?
You've got it open. What I'm saying is this. You roll on up to the door. You're like, hey, there's the keypad. Done. You roll on up to the keypad. You're, hey, hotwire. Done. The door opens up. Fantastic. I'm ready to roll. We're headed for the president. You're in a bit of a hurry, and this is proving to be a detriment. You've got the door open maybe a couple of feet by the time you notice that hissing sound is familiar. And that it does actually mean something that you've encountered before. So I'm saying the door is maybe 2-3 feet off the ground. Does anyone want to try and slam the door shut?
I'm gonna drop to one knee and see how many legs are
Okay,
near the door.
got it.
And I back away from the door.
Okay.
So
The
you're
door-
holding
so-
the door all by yourself.
No, no, no,
No,
we-
at this point, nobody.
The
No.
door's a couple feet up. The mechanism engages. It begins to lift on its own. There are a cluster of these
Oh shit.
zombies. I'm uncomfortable calling them that. Former coworkers
kind of
is what I
boogin.
like. There are a cluster of these former coworkers inside. They're all just kind of milling about the room. One's actually on top of the table, which is really not appropriate, but what?
God
we
damn it,
live in difficult
Tennyson.
times. One of them, as I said, up on the table. And they all turn very sharply at the door.
How many are there?
Are you taking a moment to count?
Yeah, I took a couple steps back, so I think I've got some
Okay.
time.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you to make a poll to count the number of hostiles in a room. I'm just taking into account for later when
Sure.
you try to do something else.
I'm
crazy.
going to have my pistol aimed at the head of the nearest one.
Fantastic. There's one very, very near.
Okay.
About 2 feet away.
Okay.
And then 6 more.
Oh.
I'm going to shoot the nearest one.
By all
just
means,
'cause-
both in the tower.
Right at the bottom, huh?
That's like what I do.
Brave.
That's what I do. I haven't done it yet. But that'd be very
Can't
bad.
do it.
Well, never say can't.
You know what?
Never say suicide.
True. Doesn't.
I'm going to say that because I'm a federal agent, I can take 2 shots and plug 2 of them real quick. If I pull a second time. Or, you know what? I'm going to bargain here. I don't know if I can bargain with these chips, but can I take 3 rapid shots to get 3 headshots if I pull a second one?
I'm looking like a badass.
I'll give you the first one. I'll give you a second shot right off the bat.
Okay.
He senses weakness.
Everyone, focus your
And
energy.
I'm suddenly back to one in the tower.
You go right down. For what it's worth, your second shot was not a headshot. It still goes down.
Nice.
So, 5 more. Would anyone else like to do anything, or
Well,
shall
if
I
he
simply
fi-
describe
no,
what happens next?
No, if he fires,
I
I'm
just like to
firing.
point
Right.
out that
Okay.
3 people who have the guns are on one
Should
side.
mark
of
off
the
2
table.
bullets now.
Right. And they might have just been a living person. I'm gonna run and hide inside of the senior advisor's office. That's right next to the door. So it's about to go down.
Which has
Who's
11
wearing the door?
zombies in it.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
security door locked.
Ooh, what's going on?
Bobby, make me say.
Bobby, open the door.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over. I gotta do what everyone says. I don't have any
Let her
power.
concentrate. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Another one goes down.
I'll shoot another one. I guess there's.
Oh, I guess
Anyone else want to do anything?
I'm
I mean,
protecting the civilians.
I wanna clear
the
this
Roosevelt
room.
room's right on
I'm
the other
going
side.
to open the.
Did both of you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Hear
And you're
what?
comfortable with that?
With him protecting us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just asking.
I'm gonna put
Uh,
the
and-
spooky book away
And
and
is
draw my
Eleanor
weapon.
engaging in any way?
I'm waiting to
Eleanor's
see what
very
happens,
engaged.
right?
Look at this.
Funny.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be like me and Chris at
Not
the
over
end
till
of
he
the
sets
day.
it down. Congratulations.
So there are
There's
3
3
more?
left.
there's 3 left.
I'm running low on ammo.
I
Thank you.
how
Call of Duty.
where are they at this point? If I can take a moment.
Let's
Thank
see.
you, Duck Hunter.
So he went for the 2 that were closest to the door first, obviously.
Open up the Roosevelt
I'm
room
going to
so we
say
can get in and
that
have a way
being
out.
the clever woman that she is, that you
we
went
wanna
for the
open the
most
Roosevelt
obvious
room?
target, the one
Our
up on
senior
top of the
advisor
Yes, I
table.
wanted to
Whichever
shoot the
room
one
he
on the
says to
table.
open.
By all means.
Right, we listen to him.
In the absence of declaring it, totally.
Fantastic.
And then I assume you just went for the next nearest
Yeah.
one. Then that means that the remaining 3 are all on the far end of the room.
Okay.
They're moving pretty quick, though.
But advancing.
Oh, yeah.
And after they heard a loud noise, I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, I know I would.
I can't take 3 of them. I'm gonna go for the next closest one.
By all means, please pull.
Where-
You guys have a very sturdy looking tower.
You know,
Well,
it looks
sort of.
sturdy.
You
but
see,
it's-
I
One hand.
You
haven't
say that, but
One hand.
I haven't done anything yet.
See, Chris, what's happened is they have two pulling from their tower.
I haven't pulled
Well,
very much. I
you know
haven't
what?
pulled very much.
A
congratulations.
lot of these other
Go
ones
down.
One
don't
down.
move easily.
One more down. Does anybody want to do anything about the remaining 2? Or should I just start describing what happens? Because I can do that. I would be happy to do that.
I will pop a shot at one of them
Look at you.
as I back toward
Go Duke.
the other door.
Not like this, dude.
4 days from retirement.
It's always
He just
footage.
misses.
He just wants to go.
Fair.
Duke. So I'm going to say Duke at this point says, I got this. Muscle past the others. Gun drawn, ready to roll. Bam, bam. Happens to fire off a shot that passes right through both of them.
Ooh.
And slips on the puddle of all of the corpses already laid out in front of this door.
Seems right.
Duke takes a nasty whack to the head on the way down. Duke is unconscious, and Duke is bleeding from the head.
Is there anything left in this hallway?
No.
I check on Duke.
Yeah.
Duke is unconscious and bleeding from the head.
Does he still have a pulse?
Wrap his head.
Very, very weak pulse.
Okay, I will use my jacket and try to seal his head
His
and
head
wound.
wound.
I seal his head.
Your jacket is very quickly going to become soaked with blood.
Oh God.
That weak pulse eventually peters out in front of your eyes. Unless Duke has last words.
I run over to my partner to hear his last words.
He's not happy about this because his last words last time were.
Wait, Ryan, just wait.
Stop drinking milkshakes for breakfast and calling them coffee. It's not really coffee. Pressed juice is a scam. Don't get cold pressed juice. Just get the Minute Maid.
Wow.
I'm crying.
Tears of joy or tears of
You fired two
laughter?
shots?
The hero we don't
One
deserve.
shot that hits both of them.
Oh, I'm going to pull his clip as he's dying because we need it.
Why not? Yeah.
And I'm going to take his book too.
How do you feel about being partnered with a much younger agent 2 years ago? Tired mostly. Her coffee choices are terrible. Pressed juices is a racket.
So what you guys need to do to rebuild your Tower of Dreams is you rebuild it and you make 6 pulls.
Oh.
Excellent.
Okay.
We can do this.
All right. So everybody chip in with them real quick and help rebuild their tower.
We're going to die.
We need 6.
Yep.
6 total or 6 each?
Just 6 total.
6 each. Come on, 6 each.
Just to get things started.
Yep.
You're welcome. I solved a
Tell
problem
you what,
for you.
I'll pull 3.
And then I'll pull 3.
You
He
can
gave
pull
his
3.
life for you.
He did.
I'm crying.
He did that. He did.
I'll never buy a Frappuccino again.
That's all Duke wanted to hear.
Oh, that's what all the Starbucks receipts were for. Her. Just her.
Punch you in the shin.
In the shin.
Ooh, that was my weak shin. Opposed to my strong
That's
shin.
some weak
Put a cap in your other knee. They're both your weak
Oh, Jesus.
No. That's some weak shit right there.
I'm not going to pull his clip. I'm going to pull the weapon.
I was gonna say, why
Right,
are you
I'm like, why
wasting your
didn't you just take
time?
the weapon?
Like,
I mean, it's not. It's
I
just
don't
a
need it
button and a
anymore.
release. But
But now
Anyway,
we can dual
so
wield.
what's the next move, team?
Panic and try to get into another room when all this was going down because that's what we were doing.
So there was a what was it?
oh, I suppose I don't need the map anymore.
Not necessarily.
not where you're going.
The senior advisor room was right next to it, and that's the first thing I heard.
All right, fine.
So I went over and I ran over to it.
that works.
Look for the panel first, of course.
Okay, you found the panel easily enough. You gonna hotwire?
Yeah.
Go for it. Give it a shot.
He's so excited.
Yeah, no, hey. Let's see how this works out.
Evan's not good at a lot of things, so he likes to be really good at the ones he is.
Look at that.
No time.
Indeed, hotwire is successful. Door pops open a couple inches.
Okay. Anything?
It's well, it's an office. You do not immediately see the angry dead.
Lift it up and go hide from the gunfire and zombies that are.
Okay, you lift it up. This office is slightly larger than the other senior advisor's office. It's very plushly decorated. Someone put a lot of work and a lot of money into decorating this office. Everybody would. It has an adjoining bathroom. I forgot to mention that. Everybody would know that this office is occupied by the senior advisor, who is actually the president's son-in-law. He is currently busy trying to sort out conflicts in the Middle East. He is a known hypochondriac.
I'm going gonna say I don't notice
So,
that they went into the room.
You've gone in.
No.
Same.
Yeah, no, we are.
As I said, there's a bathroom.
Oh.
Wrecked. Oh, right. You're sad.
There's a bathroom. There's you can hide behind a desk.
Your Bubba died.
Bathroom.
Bathroom. Fantastic. You throw open the door to the bathroom, and that's the easiest thing. The first thing you discover is the dead body of the son-in-law.
Sitting on the toilet.
Dead.
Sitting across from the toilet.
Why is the son-in-law dead?
Definitely a gunshot wound. Possibly self-inflicted. Do you want to search?
Do I do.
Please.
Does he have a gun?
Still out in the
Remember, you can fail.
hallway. We're still out in the
No, we're in the dining room.
No, at this point we would have moved in.
Well, we have to open the dining room.
Almost immediately after I see
why I
this
slipped on
dead
the
body,
blood and
I
couldn't
want
hide.
to sort of
Congratulations.
walk over.
So, in what is, they say that your death is never quite as noble as you want it to be. I mean, you know,
Did he soil himself?
people no. Well, presumably yes, but
As we all do.
the gunshot wound is definitely self-inflicted.
leaves your butt
there's
when you
obvious
die.
powder. There's obvious, it's
Fortunately,
most
he
definitely
was sitting on the
self-inflicted.
toilet when it
The
happened.
sitting
slightly
across
less than
so
noble
close.
ending of the gunshot is that he does not appear to have had a super good grip on the gun because it is across the room in the toilet.
You're gonna grab the poopy pistol?
Yes.
We don't know that.
I am going to
potato
make you
gun.
pull for that. I'm going to make you pull not to vomit as you do that.
Oh, there's,
because
like,
of
stuff
who
in-
you are.
Okay. Yes. Yes. That's
of
fair.
the
That's fair. That's my
I-
weakness.
If it was one of the Secret Service agents, I'd let them get away with it. But
Yes, that's
Mister,
fair.
I wear the best suits. You've got to make
Was
a
there
pull to reach
stuff
in there.
in it?
No, I think the very notion of reaching into a toilet would be enough for him.
I mean, it's just
And it's
toilet
a
water,
private-
presumably.
But it's a
Yeah.
private one.
You know what? No, gun's not worth it. Gun's not worth it. Just nope. Bobby, come here. I need you to get something.
Yeah,
Come here. Come here.
I'm right here. I've been right next to you.
Oh, good. Get that.
With your little spider fingers.
Raccoon, please.
Let's have some dignity.
Well,
He's at least a mammal.
why?
A scavenger.
Because,
not a mammal.
as you pointed out, all the other people with guns are out in the hallway, and this is the only other. That's the only other thing
So-
that we might need to not die.
I feel obligated to throw in another because it's you moment. Specifically because it's Bobby. Something that might occur to Bobby that I don't think would occur to the rest of these people. Reminder, this man is a known hypochondriac. It is a very, very safe bet there's rubber gloves in this office.
Well, you see, as much as I'd
Or at least some hand sanitizer.
be. No, I don't want to.
You see what happened was.
You might be able to find some rubber gloves.
The intern
If that would
spelling
help.
grew three
That
sizes
will help.
day.
Yes,
Okay, where do we find rubber gloves?
probably in the cabinet above the
Are you going
sink.
to search the rest of the office?
Yes.
Go for it.
Before,
Go for
I'll,
it,
I'll
please.
search for gloves. You search for other things. I'm gonna look in the cabinet of the.
Awesome. Rock on.
A blind pull here from behind.
That's the best ones.
It's a lot of effort to get a gun.
No.
In the
Does Jenga
closet
round?
across from the bathroom, there is a first aid kit like you would not believe.
Oh, jackpots.
It's the size of a bulky messenger bag.
It's such a successful first aid kit, it could have saved my life.
Yeah.
In the hands of a trained professional, it possibly could have saved Duke's life.
But we don't even know Duke's dead yet. We're going to come
No,
out to a
no,
gruesome.
that's true. You've been engaged in other things while those bullets were going.
We don't know that somebody who's been bleeding profusely from the head is.
Well, we know that
dead or
several
alive.
people probably have, but
We
not
didn't
the
think-
ones we know.
We didn't think to prep for that.
And did you
Whoops.
say you want to make a poll as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look in the cabinet,
Okay.
just
great.
above the sink.
Go for it.
Can we close the door behind us in the dining room?
What's this
Yes.
look like?
The security door, no.
Yeah, one,
but
two,
the regular
three.
door,
Regular
That one works.
Oh.
it was
I'm
open.
gonna-
You can shut it.
No,
Okay.
it's just shifting. Shifting sands.
So yeah,
That's
then
okay.
I suppose we'll
Are
move
these the
into the
days of our
dining room
lives?
and shut the door.
You open the medicine cabinet, and you find the suicide note.
Well, I didn't find rubber gloves.
True.
That's not what I was looking for.
I'm gonna read it.
I can no longer associate with this cabinet. My loyalty to the president is to the end. Signature.
Then
Well-
why did you put the note in the cabinet if you can't?
Right, that's what I was
associate
gonna say.
I apologize. That's another speaking problem. Capital C.
it? My one-liners
Is there a bigger
are great,
cabinet in
even
the
in
room?
death.
No, thank you for pointing that out.
I can no longer
you got
every
some rubber
day
gloves
walk
on.
into
Yep.
this
Would you like a gun?
bathroom.
Yes.
You may have a
I
gun.
understand this medicine cabinet.
It's
I like that
foul.
game. Which word is it?
Rinse it off.
It's like
I don't know if
fair.
it'll work afterwards, but we'll
Which
deal with
word
that
is it?
later.
It will never smell right again.
Okay.
Possessive.
I mean, you got Purell.
plural?
So-
nope, it's the other one. Wrong
I'm
again.
going to point out that in the dining room, you guys probably noticed about this point that you've lost the civilians. Are we comfortable with that?
We have recently learned that the president is alive, and our obligation is to him.
To him, not to the civilians. That's true.
100%. I've already lost a partner today. I'm going to do one thing right.
Darn right. I mean, these two chuckleheads could be dead already. Who knows?
Because people irritate me, but I am professional, if nothing else.
I'm so proud of you. All right, then Team Secret Service. What's
Team
our
Power
next
Lift.
move?
We are Team
Team
Power
Power
Lift.
Lift.
Team Power Lift. What's our next move?
Break that study.
Yeah.
Into the president's study?
Yep.
Okay.
Before we go, is that there is an adjoining door?
There is an
I would
adjoining
like
door
to listen at the door.
through the metal.
Yeah, sure.
You do not hear much.
We're in the study.
Oh, we're in the study.
Oh,
You're in the dining
We'll
room.
be in the
We'll
study.
We'll be in the study. Okay, so
We're
wow,
trying to
there's
get through
a
the security door into the
steel
study.
door. Cool. Can I
So,
search
security
around
door.
it? Can I search around
Sure.
it?
What are you're looking for the keypad or?
Yeah.
You find it easily.
Cool.
The one.
Where's the one with the tiny hands? He's out there.
No, we did need him for a reason.
I know.
It's useful.
I know how to do this, and because I've committed it to memory,
Indeed, you did.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Look at that stable tower.
I know.
I was going to say.
And it's all thanks to you.
One man sacrifice
One man sacrifices another man's life.
for Chiefs.
Stuit. I know what I said.
Oh no. That's all bad.
Just quit. Just
Just stop.
If you knock over
I'm
the
sorry, I
tower, you
gave
die.
you-
It's all right.
Shut up, Elise.
Chris, it's not like she said duty twice.
It is your duty as
Play the
your
risks, don't you? You do successfully outwear. It takes you a couple tries only because you haven't done it before, but you definitely understand what's going on. So yes, you operate through.
Oh, good. We
Door
no
lifts
longer
up.
need the one with the tiny hands.
Door lifts up. You do not hear anything suspicious on the other side of that door.
What's in this room? What's in the study?
Sidearm
A desk, I
stomp
presume.
into that
This
study.
is the study is the president's private place to work because the Oval Office is, iconic. It's not that he doesn't get work done there. It's just that sometimes you need an actual workplace that's not on the cover of half the photo books for sale in the gift shop. So it's just got a desk, a number of built-in bookshelves, very sparsely populated bookshelves. There's a large coat closet. The president is not in it.
What's on the desk? Is there any paperwork here, since this is where he gets his stuff done?
There are a number of legal pads strewn throughout all over the desk. And actually, you see elsewhere in the study, there are legal pads that have clearly been written on. The handwriting is most definitely the president's. Sort of. Because it looks like his hand, which is very distinct. But
All the
it's-
backwards R's.
But it's written in that weird language.
That's weird.
I'm gonna pull out the book that I took from Duke earlier, and then compare it.
They're definitely the same script. And as you compare the two, you see that in the margins of the legal pads, There are occasional English words. It's possible someone in this study was attempting to make a translation of that book.
Are there enough
They haven't gotten
translations?
very far. There's words like arise and flame and power, but it's mostly just like
Pleasant words.
nouns and a couple of
Nothing
verbs.
ominous at all.
Yeah, it's not. There are no full sentences.
Just like in my video games.
I'm gonna say, does the
Subtle.
president play one of those like nerd games that I don't know about?
Like Metal Gear Solid.
Is that what this is?
I would
Like
know.
Magic or whatever.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
He certainly doesn't play Globe of Battle Arts.
No,
I would
can't
know.
say that I do.
We're the largest guild in the game.
Would any? Oh, aren't we clever? Would anyone like to make a poll to do a very thorough search? Please.
I would, of
That
course.
is the thing I'd like to do.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Holy shice. Let's maybe do this from this side from now on.
Please don't die.
But then you get a whole new tower.
Bobby.
All to yourself.
Yeah, but you take up 15 pulls.
Oh.
It's not 6 every time. It goes up every time it resets to maintain the same level of danger as the.
You find another copy of the book.
Is this one different?
This one has the same symbols in the president's handwriting. It is bound in a very different leather. I don't know how great you are at it. The guy that could identify leathers got killed. So,
Well,
If Duke
you
were
see
here,
about
he'd know
that.
what kind of
Do
leather
I?
it was.
am I about
When
to
I
see?
accidentally cut myself chopping vegetables and saw the bright line of blood on my hand, it reminded me of hunting with my father. He made me skin and clean my first kill, a rabbit.
It is not habit.
Okay.
It's also not human. It's just regular. It's regular cow leather.
Oh, okay, so it's
Oh, good.
yowza.
Well,
He bought it from Barnes and Noble.
It's just a moleskin.
It's got like a tree on the front. It's very nice.
Yes.
There's little every third page or so. There's little
Yeah,
inspirational.
it says love, live, laugh on it.
Back to Team Civilian.
Okay, let's go.
where?
Well, we have to get back up to them. The gunfire
The
stopped.
shooting stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab the med kit.
Always a
Let's go.
good sign.
Oh, okay.
Grab the med kit.
We're gonna-
3 minutes too late.
We're gonna walk out, see it dead.
Duke.
Yes, Duke's corpse is just inside the door of the dining room, and there are a number of other corpses besides.
A Kaduke.
So let's not go in there
Why not?
because Duke is dead,
Rather
Sure.
than a cadaver.
and there are no other agents in sight.
But you have a gun.
Right.
You got that for a reason. You went through a lot to get that.
Yes.
Are you planning on using it?
Yes.
I don't know if I wanted that was the right answer.
Bob
Since
Hansen.
since they opened the door between the dining room and the study, you can hear that they are in the study.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, yikes.
Hey, guys, you in there?
No.
Yeah, obviously.
Great.
We aren't dead. We're decidedly not in the dining room. We are in the study.
Why is
Oh, yeah,
Agent
it's-
Duke
that's
dead?
what he was.
We got a med kit.
Did you guys knock at the dining room or the study door?
They have stepped into the dining room, but they were able to hear you moving around and talking
okay.
in the study.
Well then.
Have you?
No need to be
do you
difficult
move
about
through
the
to the study?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
You sure you
Yeah.
don't want to go anywhere else?
I do,
So,
but
we have
I'm
Fancy Pants the
okay
Aide
with more
and
bodies
Daylight
in
and a
front
Dollar
of me.
Short the intern.
Oh, you're alive.
Wait, you thought I was dead?
We thought you disappeared and
We're eating.
we need to find the president as soon as possible, so yes.
If
We
if
agree.
we were attacked,
the son-in-law.
do you think you would? What? Oh yeah, that's true.
What?
the president's
Uh-huh.
son-in-law? He's dead.
The senior assistant secretary.
Said the
assistant,
cabinet
whatever.
was up to something
advisor?
and committed suicide.
Gerard Kushball.
I don't know. It was.
Huh.
It's very
Aaron
specific.
Drummel?
I
Aaron Drummond.
am not going to play the
Wait,
game.
which which
It's for the
The
best.
son-in-law.
son-in-law?
One of the president's senior advisors was his son-in-law.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Gerard Kushball.
Too close.
No. I'm not getting sued over this.
I didn't, I didn't realize Ivana was married.
He found a gun,
Oh, look at you.
Nice.
but it was one that used to kill the son-in-law. If that
Oh,
has
look at
any.
you.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to let you know.
He's dead. He committed suicide. We have the note.
Cool.
Yeah, it's right here. If you wanted to look at it.
Still not the
What'd
weirdest
you
thing
guys
that's
find?
happened today. Well, we found,
I hand you a legal pad.
yeah, all of this with this
Wow.
weird drawings on it, and we found a book that's not
There's
made
probably a cipher or a
Baby
codex
skin.
somewhere.
Suicide note.
There's always a cipher or a codex somewhere. I've worked here long enough to know that nobody's that smart to not have a cipher or a codex around here somewhere.
Well, if the cabinet's up to something, then we can go check the other end, or the Oval Office is.
of. We are
This is
right
the next
here.
room. Yeah.
This is the thing we
right there.
came here to do. I don't like this guy, but it is my job. That's all. And I am good at my job. So I go to open that Oval Office door.
In Duke's memory.
Yes.
Are you catching it your freebie?
Yeah.
Hey, awesome.
You
You've
hear
seen-
you hear the whispers in the wind. Protocol is protocol.
You've seen Raccoon Hands here do it a million times. You steps up and the door lifts
Perfect.
all the way.
I go in
Just
guns
moves
a-blazing.
right up the front. Would you like a description before you do?
Okay.
Are you I
Sure.
mean, because if you want to, I'm not going to stop you.
Well, seeing as we do need to like lift the door, it's not like
no,
a.
that's,
No, this
that's what I'm
door-
saying.
The door goes up
The
by
door
itself.
opens up all on its own.
So
Oh,
I will have both guns
That's
out.
not good to me. Yeah.
Guns
then I
blazing.
will back around the
Just
corner and.
Start firing. Or would you like
Oh,
to
wait.
hear this? There
Oh,
we
yeah.
go.
Oh,
There.
wait.
I don't try to tell players what to do, but I do have certain hopes.
That's
Hopes
one
and
of
dreams for the future.
Are you familiar with the Resolute desk? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
The president's great big
Yeah, the big
fancy
one,
looking
the
desk.
old one.
Well, right now it's got something weird painted on it, and 18 figures in black robes are carrying candles, walking around it counterclockwise and chanting very low. But the Resolute desk is still a beautiful piece of Americana. Like, really, I cannot stress enough what an honor it is to be in the presence of this desk every single time. But yes, 18 figures in black robes walking around this counterclockwise, chanting big
What are
black
they
fat
saying?
candles. Oh, they're chanting in some weird language. It's probably pseudo-Latin. It's not always what it is.
Pig Latin.
I motion for everybody to get up against the walls, out of the visual range.
They
of the
do not
door.
immediately react to the door opening. Okay. They do react. What I'm trying to say is, they do not react with Secret Service agent speed. You guys have a moment to, okay, back away. By the time they're like, wait a second, hang on. Something's going on that is of slightly greater volume than our chanting. What's going on here? And then they stop. They kind of, they're all just sort of looking over at the door. Excuse me. What are all of you doing here?
Do I recognize that voice?
He pulls back the hood, and it's the vice president. Why are
Sir,
you here?
with all due respect, what the hell?
What? Agent, I don't think I owe you an explanation.
Really? You want to pull rank right now?
So,
I turn the dial on the radio that's in her pocket, and the blaring of what I assume is him still screaming into the radio.
You hear basically a repetition of different versions of "Save me, save me, save me, save me" in stereo, because it's coming from the radio and from that door over there to that
I-
closet.
Oh.
Walk over to the
Now,
closet.
real quick, just make sure I understand.
Okay.
Do I, tell me if I'm wrong, do I have 3 Secret Service agents pointing guns at the vice president and his 17 friends and 2 civilians standing behind them?
My gun is not out.
Oh, okay. Got it. I just want to make sure.
I don't think I've entered even the Oval Office. I've just been peering over the door.
See, I don't think anyone's entered the Oval Office.
Right, yeah,
yet.
nobody's entered.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, okay.
Just want to make sure I understand. Okay. But you are entering now.
I am entering now.
Got it.
No
They're not
guns
going to make any move to
pointed.
stop you.
Gun in my hand,
Okay.
but not pointed at anyone.
And are you headed for that closet?
Yeah.
I don't think you want to open that, he says, still holding his candle. As you get close to the closet, you see that small, narrow red ribbons have been attached in intricate patterns all over the door. I really don't think you want to open that. He'll get loose.
I'll step in as well, and I say, sir, with all due respect,
I'm going to shoot the vice president.
I think we're owned and explode.
Yeah, perfect.
An expo bang.
Ah, one hand.
One hand.
You.
Look at everybody trying to use.
It's probably good that this is going
use
to
the trash panda
fall.
technique.
My reaction's going to be violent.
Wow, what a
Tower's
what a
been
has to
tower.
put it
so
down.
long. I hate it.
There.
Wow. By all means, through and through, right through center. Oh, I should not have hit my mic, should I? Someone's going to hurt me later. Through and through, right through the center mass. The vice president looks extremely surprised, and a couple of other hoods come down. It appears to be the members of the cabinet, and others.
Chief of
assorted others.
Staff,
Chief of Staff,
Press Secretary.
Not the National Security Advisor. Anyway, they all appear very alarmed, and they're kind of backing away from you, but they don't take any other action immediately. The vice president goes down. The vice president's now having trouble breathing. One of them goes over to sort of tend him as best they can, and the chief of staff will speak up. What are you doing?
What are you
What's
doing?
wrong with all of you?
Bobby, medkit. Give it to the man. Give it to the man.
All right.
Give it to the man.
All right. Look. You give it to the one that's tending the vice president?
Yeah.
Okay. He does his best. I mean, it's an ugly gunshot wound. It's touch and go.
Great. President?
Um,
Well, everybody else is like reacting.
I'm going
Gun.
to shoot him.
all right.
Shoot who?
Shoot. Hang on. Who do you
I'm having a
wanna
panic
shoot?
attack over here.
Okay. The next thing out of his mouth is, all right, look, we'll explain. And then you'll be on our side.
Hold
you
on.
get it? We cannot trust him. We cannot let him sell out this country.
Okay, go on.
Wait, I'm very interested to know this because I did not vote for the president because he's a goddamn sellout.
Weird, huh? Funny how these things come out. This is the chief of staff goes on. Look. Actually, he'll hand it over. He will indicate that the Secretary of State can explain it better. The Secretary of State will chime in and say, all right, look. Have you seen what's going on out there? Have
Yeah.
you gotten to a window?
No.
No.
The president sold out this country. We found out that he was working with these things. He's made some kind of a bargain that we don't understand. We can't. All right, I'm just going to say it. We weren't able to institute articles of impeachment under the 25th Amendment because of the president's demonic forces. Congress would never go for it.
Demonic?
But don't worry. We have our own.
Oh, you have your own.
Wait. So what makes yours better than his?
Look,
Can we be a part of it?
this is all.
What do you mean? What can we be?
You can absolutely be a part of it.
Oh, you're all getting insane.
I don't
Hang
believe in
on.
any of this whatsoever.
Hang on.
You've all lost your minds.
No,
Hang on.
No.
Let's breathe. Let's take a moment. De-escalate.
too many candle fumes.
Remember, that's our first priority. Well, second
At this
priority.
point,
We know where the president
Eleanor's
is.
doing one of those like sit.
We know where the
sit down,
president
or,
is.
like squat down, like.
The vice president came to us and told us that he had proof. He showed us proof that the president knew that the end of the world was coming and made himself a deal to get out of it. To come out on top.
I mean,
the
that-
new emperor of the world when it's all over.
That
What is this
sounds like him, to be honest.
He brought us a book that the president had been translating.
Okay.
He showed us his own translations
You
that
mean-
he was able to acquire from some other source.
He didn't use
And-
Google Translate, did he? Because that never goes well.
No, he wound up using help from, let's just say, an external asset.
Okay.
The State Department has long been familiar with the existence of demonic forces and has long worked to keep them out of our government. But all of a sudden, we didn't have a choice anymore. What are we supposed to do? Go to Congress and tell them the president's trying to take over the world by summoning demons? They'll never take him out of office for that. We didn't have any way to prevent this apocalypse. The most that we can do is try and preserve democracy.
Democracy.
So, when
Secretary of
you-
Energy laughs.
when you chose Tennyson and Hubert as the Secret Service agents to divulge this information to, why were we left out of the loop? This is all very convenient. You're all here.
Left out of the loop. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, agents, but all of you should be like all of those out there. I don't know what happened.
What is all of that?
Yeah, and why should we be like them?
That was the deal that we made to keep the president from taking over single-handedly.
Oh, thank you, Dad, so much. Saved me from that. All right.
That was the deal we
Never doubt you
made
again.
to preserve the rule of
Thank you, Dad.
democracy.
Yes.
To preserve democracy rather than let the president become a dictator.
So you would kill everyone in this building,
To save everyone in the country in a heartbeat.
Great.
and you didn't even consider yourselves.
We have other work to do.
Oh.
We
Wait,
had
so-
we had to secure the Oval Office. That's what we're doing right now. We have the power to separate him from the demon that he answers to. That's what we're doing right now. If you open that door, it will just be him telling you whatever he has to say in order to get his guy into power.
Why don't we hear his side of the story? He's right here.
Because he's just going to lie to you.
What's
How
with
do we
the
know?
ribbon?
That's how we keep him sealed in there.
It's magic.
Arts and crafts keep a demon inside a closet.
It's a lot stronger than arts and crafts, agent.
So my question is then, what's so special about the NSA office that we didn't end up like everybody else?
The National Security Advisor was never involved. He was never involved in our plan.
But we were in his office when this whole thing went down.
He must have done something.
What did he do?
Each of you represent somebody of a sector, energy, I put to the different cabinet members. Say,
Secretary of the Interior waves and then puts his hand down.
if you kill the president,
We're not going to kill. They're not going to kill the president. He almost said we're not going to kill anybody. He was that close. We're not going to kill the president. We need to sever his connection to the whichever power it is that he's connected to.
so how do we know that power isn't going to show up?
That in every video game I've played, once the connection has been severed, you have to fight the big bad.
The one that we are working with says that by severing the connection, we can make that go away. We can make that become impossible.
How do you know he's telling the truth to you?
We don't, but what choice do we have?
Not do it.
What's the alternative?
You've
Not
already
do
locked
it?
him up. Have you?
Not do it? Let him just do whatever? He's locked in that room for right now. What do we do? Leave him in there forever?
Have you seen
How
it?
big
There's
is the closet?
exorcists.
Is it just like a little like?
Are there
I would
here at the end of things?
Probably, yes.
It's not the end of things.
Have you looked out
And
a
I
window?
walk over
We
to
have-
a window.
There is, sure enough, a heavily draped window where that does not appear to have steel shutters. You can move the curtains.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Move
look outside.
The curtains. The sky is red and the sun is black.
Okay, it's some sort of eclipse with a
Uh,
at dawn or no sunset.
Right, let's get to the summoning.
How
You're
big is
really
the dresser that the
enthusiastic
president's
about
inside
this.
of?
Yes, I am.
Why?
How big is the thing that the president is?
Because
inside
I
of?
don't want to die.
I don't
So,
either.
like-
but why?
If the four of us were to
Because I
say
want power.
3.
four,
Oh, 4. Sorry.
yeah,
I wasn't sure who you were counting.
everyone with a firearm.
Ah, yes.
If the four of us were to say, open fire on the closet, we'd assuredly hit the president. No.
Presumably, standard physics being what they are, yes.
Okay. What is it about this ritual that makes...
Look, we need to sever his connection to the demon that he is aligned with. Or else we don't know what will happen.
And the president survives this ritual?
We don't want to kill anybody we don't have to.
What's the next step beyond severing the president's connection with the demon?
He doesn't
that's
know.
going to end the world.
At that point, we can work with the one that we are aligned with in order to make sure that the cabinet can continue democracy. I don't know what's left out there of the Congress or the judicial branch right now, but at the very least, we will be able to work with them. We will not be dictators with
How's the vice
who knows
president
what.
Us
looking?
and our family, we want in on your little side deal then.
Of course.
How's the
There's-
vice president looking?
There's jobs at the top for anybody that wants one. Well, just slightly below the top.
How are we to know that your deity that was willing to kill everyone in this building? No,
There are those
not
in the room
killed.
that object to the use
They're
of the term
not
deity
dead.
for this thing, but
They're losing teeth and blood is spurting out of their tooth holes, and they're walking around
technically there are servants.
trying.
Technically they're defending.
Oh, that's better.
Technically they're defending the building for us.
You're right. What were we thinking?
That's it.
Okay,
long
so
Look,
Who's to say that you're the good guys here?
It doesn't matter if they're the good guys or not. They're the ones with the power, and power that we need.
Agent, we have no illusions about being the good guys. We are the less bad guys.
How long did you think of a solution for this? How long were you just like
This
having
has
this
been months in the works.
the email said so. The emails were.
Long enough to
That
get
is
cloaks tailored for
Right?
each and every one of them.
To be fair, with the White House budget,
Can we have a huddle? I just want a huddle.
Us huddle?
okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
the GM will point out that you're the ones with the guns. Like, they're, what are they going to say? No?
Yes. I gesture with.
We just found out we brought guns to a god fight, all right? So we're feeling testy.
They're
Oh, God, please
not
watch
going to
this
argue. I mean,
Let me take a huddle.
it's not impossible that one of them might be armed, but that's one against 4 armed individuals, and God knows what that one's capable of. So,
So,
with my little raccoon hands?
they're going to say no.
everyone,
Yeah. Hello.
pull everyone into a huddle.
There's a thumping from inside the closet door.
The telltale
Not
president.
as the beating of that hideous heart.
Yes. The telltale president.
Well, it may surprise you. 1 year of art history and 4 years at police school have not equipped me to be able to deal with this properly.
Well,
Luckily, my family is equipped for this.
Great.
in all accounts of history, demons don't tend to end well. Ever. Like,
So we kill them all and walk away.
or
Then
Not
we're left with
exercise
a
that
closet
influence.
full of demon president. And I don't know how to deal with that, both physically, literally, and emotionally.
You have the book.
Yeah.
The cabinet probably has a translation somewhere. Maybe while you guys stall, we go look around and see if we can find anything else.
how good are you at using a firearm?
Not that good.
That sounds fair.
Maybe if we can figure out how they're doing their channel-y thingy.
Okay, so you guys said that the for lack of a better term, zombies. I hesitate to
We
call
don't
them
like
that.
using that word.
I hesitate to call them that. The shambling,
Shamblers.
the shamblers. Thank you.
We
See,
prefer-
you're
we-
my partner for a reason.
We prefer interns.
She started talking. I'm gonna sneak out of the room,
Okay?
and I'm gonna go to the cabinet room.
Okay?
Okay. Is there any way that you can?
That's going to be a long hall with a lot of security doors.
Is there any way you
You're
can
coming
make
with.
them not attack us, or do they just?
Of course, they work for us.
Can you make that happen? We'll let you guys finish your.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
like I said,
To go
there's
through 2
there's
offices.
positions at the top for any of you as well.
Cool.
All we're asking is that you choose the admittedly lesser of 2 evils.
All right.
How evil is the lesser of two evils?
It's not the president.
All right, look, it's an ugly situation. Things are grim. There's going to be a lot of bad things happening. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But the group in front of you has an interest in preserving democracy for American citizens instead of one of us becoming a demon-backed fascist.
I'm willing to let them finish.
Come on, let's go. Open that door. Open that door.
Are you leaving?
I'm gonna ask the rest of you, should I? I'm not very good with decisions.
No, he's not. No, it's really not, is it?
Listen, I like what you're peddling. And I think everybody here is contemplating. While you're all here,
Look, we're on a time crunch here. Like, we do need to get this done.
Yeah, let
Oh,
them finish.
before the black sun sets?
It is happening out there. Look out the window. This is happening right now. People are dying right now. We need to ensure a smooth transition of power as quickly as possible.
Hey, you guys got a way to resurrect people?
No.
Dang.
Not yet.
That's out of the question.
Pretty,
I
pretty
mean,
straightforward.
there was some talk at one point about each of us eventually having reign over one sort of thing. It's just, but that's just spitballing at this point. It's not set in
I
stone.
think this is turning into
You're
oligarchies.
talking a lot about preserving American democracy.
Yes,
And well,
as much as possible. Yes.
I have been blessed with a pretty comfortable life thus far. I think at this point we're looking more at preserving humanity itself. So why are you focusing so much on the American side of
Then
things?
you need to lower your expectations of how this is going to come out. The end of the world is happening right outside that window.
yeah, I'm definitely ending up on
What's
top.
so important about today?
That's your question.
Yes.
That's your question?
What?
All of this. That's your question.
What did you say?
What's so
I don't
important
know.
about
The
today?
Secretary of State has lost a little bit of patience. I don't know. I don't have access to hell's Google Calendar. All right?
And all throughout history, there's usually a sort of numbers that sort of coincide to what happens.
Yes, I'm sure there is. Can we get back to saving the country now?
You know what? Sure.
All right.
I'll go open the
Demon
door.
it up.
Yeah, you give us free
I'm
reign of the White
interested to
House.
see
You're
what
gonna go
we'll-
happens.
Open the door?
Which door?
We're going to try to get into the cabinet room to see if we can figure out how
No, I
they're
don't
doing
even
their
say
job.
it. You're
The-
headed for the cabinet room?
The presidency sec. this
Oh,
one.
okay. You're
That
President
door.
Secretary.
President Secretary.
Okay, go for it.
Getting that way. Well,
All right. Well, then they're going to start chanting again.
I'm
They
fine
heard
with
the
that.
go-ahead.
Yeah,
They do need an 18th person, and the vice president is down. Will someone step
I
in?
was I asked how the vice president
I'll
was.
step up.
No, you're no.
Oh, yeah.
You're off and
Oh,
running.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Will
I-
someone?
I
Awesome.
never
Pops
learned
right
a foreign language. Maybe one of you.
None of us speak.
We'll give you no cards.
This ancient cult seems so stilted.
The vice president had a PowerPoint.
just on the wall.
Ooh.
Maybe if one of you will
I
click through
flinch
the
at the
slides
word
for me.
PowerPoint.
So we go through to the president's secretary's office.
Team optional is on the way.
One of us is gonna
The
do
president's secretary, her name is Rosemary. She is currently
one
stuck
of
to
us
the
is gonna
wall
I don't
in
know.
and looks a lot like human silly putty.
guess
You know,
I
just
will.
this mound of
Yeah, you need to
flesh
love
kind of
this.
glued to the
This will be
wall.
good for you.
The only obvious human features are her face and her hands, and she's just kind of gibbering. None of you see
This
this.
will be good.
Sure.
Let's just keep going.
I'll give
So
you
you don't want to search the room?
one of the sidearms,
No, we're good. We're good.
and
Just-
I'll holster the
You
other
do get
one.
a nice kill me.
So you've got. I'll say you have
Maybe
dudes
later.
with the 9 bullets in it.
Okay.
yeah, just-
Okay.
You do hear coming from the room that they just went into a sharp feminine voice begging them to kill her. Whether that has any bearing on your decision-making process.
I'm gonna put on the vice president's robe and I'm gonna use the momentum of the shock I'm in to just
Yes.
press on.
I talked him
Okey-dokey.
into it because I think that he is too professional and needs to let loose.
Sometimes maybe you are.
You know we talked about going to Cabo.
I
on,
think that's
a
more like
go ahead and
casual
put it
Friday,
back out of
not
misery.
Cult Tuesday.
Listen,
Will
Dickie
there-
Scott's this close to a nervous breakdown.
Will there
He's
ever
gonna
be
put on a
Casual
freaking
Friday
robe
again?
and do some dancing and singing with these people.
You
gonna
don't know
make you
how
pull for
strict
it.
demons are on dress
Only
code.
because you're not a murderer. And this is an extreme situation.
Nor you a mercy killer.
He's not a murderer, he said to the man who just shot the vice president in cold blood.
Not cold blood.
Yeah, he was pretty.
It was
Blood
warm.
was awfully warm.
No, there was greed involved.
He stepped in the room and just shot him.
There was totally greed involved.
There was greed involved.
Oh
Consider it.
God! Somebody get a picture of that tower.
Oh my lord.
Oh man,
I am on a quest.
Trash
Oh
Panda's
my
got a, Trash
God.
Panda's got
No.
competition today.
You are out going up against Raccoon Hands
McGee.
Raccoon Hands Clement over here.
The good news is, the bad news is that's followed by a clicking sound. How many bullets do you think that he really needed to kill himself with?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
2.
It's supposed to be 1, but I was feeling generous. Anyway,
Cabinet room.
go for it.
Okay.
Make your pull.
Actually, I'm going to use the freebie that I didn't use the first time.
By all means. Pop open the door. Cabinet room. Well done. So the
Yes.
chanting is
Give him a
continuing.
taste of your
Um,
movie pop, boys.
There is. It's worth mentioning that the pounding on the other side of the closet door has become kind of insistent, as if whoever's in there is using their feet now. Just kind of.
We still hear it because I think,
Bam.
or we don't, but they do. Because the radio was on. You turned the radio on.
The cabinet room is a conference room with an oval-shaped table in it. There are chairs for the president, the vice president, members of the cabinet, and a few high-level aides. The room is cream-colored with red accents. On a normal day, it's cheerful. With metal security shutters over all the windows and reddish-orange emergency lighting, it is much harder to see and a little bit more foreboding.
Okay. We're gonna see if we can
Concentrate
find
to let
any
some of
sign
that
of
red and
their
black light
patron.
in.
Well, there are 2 very nasty-looking signs of their patron over at the other end that don't appear to be paying attention to you right now, but that may change.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna see if they're good on their word, and search without getting necessarily.
What word?
They said that they would have the zombies leave us alone.
No, they said they could.
Oh, they
They
could.
said they had that ability to.
Oh, well, I wonder if they did.
One way to find out.
I
Send the
don't-
intern in.
That's the plan. Let's go. Let's search.
It's worth pointing out you don't actually work for him.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
You don't work for anybody anymore. You're unemployed.
Quietly, I'm gonna look around.
The White House is still here.
Fantastic. Make your stealth pull.
Yes.
I'm gonna.
He's a
You
White
got
House
the
intern,
gun.
that's true.
It's. Yes, I do. Yes, I do have the gun.
Yes, I do.
You can go do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna keep watch.
Oh my goodness.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, so you sneak kind of around the edge of the room. What are you looking for?
Anything that looks like it would be used as per what, like if they're doing their ritual, I saw what they were doing. Anything that's a sign of like maybe they have like a spell book that's in there for their patron.
At the far end of the room, right over by the interns, there is a book stand with what might be, from this angle, you can hardly tell, a book on it. You gonna sneak on over to the zombies within a couple of feet of them?
Yes.
You're gonna make another pull for that, buddy.
Oh fuck you.
I'm sorry. A few feet away from them?
All
Jeez,
you.
if only you had 3 friends with guns.
Do I have any freebies left?
Let's be fair, we were never friends.
That would remotely apply to this situation.
Yes. No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I used to sneak past zombies as a child.
It was the favorite past.
Back in Arkansas, we used to sneak past zombies for sport.
Fucking earned this ascension.
Yes.
All right. So far, things are coming up, Terrence.
Okay.
Oh,
so
God. And at the top of the throne of power, Terrence.
the book, you arrive at the book. You are mere feet away from the zone. I'm going to say that you have chosen to sneak under the table towards this book. So you're not, because literally just walking right up to them would be ridiculous, no matter how well you pull. Having kind of crawled under the table and kind of reached up and around, the book on the book stand is burned. it has a black scorch mark coming from the very inside of it, radiating outward. There are a couple of other things on the stand, though. There is a melted black candle, a heavy metal key that has been broken in half, and another legal pad that you can't read from this angle, but you could try and sneak it past the zombies if you want to.
I would.
I'm gonna make you pull for it because you're literally feet away from them.
I'm gonna take my gun, and I'm gonna throw my gun back at Bobby the intern, to hopefully cause the zombies to go towards the sound of the gun.
Because of how close you are to them, I'm still gonna make you pull for that because they're right there.
All right, fine, but that's my, distraction.
Got it. Send them after the intern. Got it.
The interns after the interns.
It's just intern on intern action here.
When you fuck this up.
I think I saw that movie once.
I can't wait. He his hand slips and he throws it at a zombie. Oh, precarious is the name of the game.
Trash Bandit, he is giving you a run for your money. Oof.
You have had a gun thrown at you. Not in such a way that it hits you, but in your general direction.
I'm gonna look back over.
Clatters to the ground, and a couple of other former interns are now looking at you as well. They begin to hiss.
I'm guessing that's him telling me that he's not gonna make it. He threw his gun at me thinking I would be more safe.
It's a Clint Eastwood movie.
Clearly. What would you like to do about this new turn of events?
Farewell, brother.
I walk
Leave
past.
and close
I'm
the
gonna
door
walk
behind
back,
me.
walk past Roseanne, and I'm going to close the door from the Oval Office to the President's Secretary.
Okay.
Unless they don't close.
No, they'll close. Are you just closing like the regular wooden door, or do you want to close the steel door? You're running from zombies, is what
Yeah,
you're
I'm
doing.
gonna close the metal door,
Okay.
and I'm going to use a different freebie sort of thing. The reason why I don't build televisions with my dad anymore, he became too ill to actually work on these, and was no longer able to help me, and that is why I'm working now here at the White House, is to work to pay money for his medical bills.
Awesome.
Man,
I'll give you the freebie, but I was going to have you make 2 pulls. One to escape the zombies, and one to shut the door. So
Okay.
instead, I'll just give you the one.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
I do my best.
Like a boss.
It took a
Look at
second.
that confidence.
That was
Wow.
scouted.
Yeah.
That was the one I was looking at
Wow.
too. I was looking at that one too.
The interns do head right after him.
Sure.
And you're able to snatch that legal pad if that's what you want. The legal pad has on it a translation of the ritual from this book, complete with phonetic descriptions of how to pronounce certain tricky words.
Beautiful.
Are you running through it? or
Yep.
did you do it? The first page outlines how to perform the ritual that created these creatures.
Sweet. Good, good.
The second page outlines how to perform a ritual that will destroy them.
Awesome.
You will require a black candle and an iron key and a copy of the book.
I have a black candle and an iron key, but no book.
You know
You have a melted black candle and a broken iron key.
Oh, crap. Well, maybe if I tape them together.
Almost as if they've already been used. Note
Interesting.
the zombies.
No, the evidence.
Meanwhile,
we're using the term.
so we're chanting, we're following the cue card, holding
And
the candle.
are they?
as we can.
They're going in a circle, right?
They're going counterclockwise around the Resolute desk.
Okay,
yes.
so as I am walking next to him, just offering guidance and
Stay cool.
and
Support.
Stay cool.
You
You got
support.
this. You got
Uh-huh.
this. What are you up to? What are you up to when he comes running back in and slams the security door shut?
He's not gonna make it.
What do you mean he's not gonna make it?
He threw his gun at me. And then I took that as he was not gonna make it. And I decided, well, those 2 dead things, or whatever they are, interns.
We can call them aides. Would that help?
Yeah.
lost souls of some sort.
AIDS.
I don't know. And I decided that unlikely for me, I made it pretty quickly. It's just, I wasn't really eager to stay there at all.
I have one last very important question. Does anyone let the president out?
No.
Then I am pleased to announce that the four of you become lieutenants in the New World Order when the seventh age is ushered in.
Yay.
When you're a lieutenant of the New World Order, are you a
you're
lieutenant
locked
of the
in
New
a
World
room
Order
with two very
for life?
angry interns who will eventually
Wait, what?
realize you're
I
there.
got
I
you.
missed it.
I got you.
Never mind.
Thank you everyone for your time.
We did
See
it!
if I
Hey.
can survive and kill them with my bare hands as a
Yeah.
lieutenant.
You're gonna have to make 2 polls.
For each of them.
Ooh.
We've established that it takes 2 pulls to kill them with anything other than a firearm. So, 4 pulls, please.
Oh no.
Oh, there it goes.
You're committed now.
Put that back. Put that back.
Nope,
put
nope,
that
you're
back.
committed.
No,
Do
I
it.
can put that one back.
Yeah, afford it.
Find 4 easier ones then, I suppose.
I feel like there's some poetic,
Believe-
Off
poetic,
this model
poetic justice
skeleton
here
of
of
Callista
death by your own
Flockhart.
creation
Believe in
of
the
some
power
sort.
of capitalism.
Oh, the one you just pulled out? Cool.
I was gonna go back for it. I was thinking about it. Man, it's so hard.
Pulling sticks out of your straw, man.
Ooh.
Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. Ah!
It's a good one.
It's a good one, but I can't reach it. I can't reach
You
it.
gotta like feed it through. Yes.
One
Oh,
down.
beautiful.
No, it's not done
Don't
yet.
touch the
Boom.
table. Don't
One
touch
down,
the
3 to
table.
go.
25% of the way there.
Yeah, just 3 more, Rick.
Right. Terrence is on this here. All right, Terrence is on this.
You've just opened up a new tier for yourself, though.
This is your moment, Terrence.
Beautiful.
One man Jenga.
I can't do it 'cause I'm pinned to the table.
We've reached
Oh,
the halfway point.
Doesn't count as falling.
Nope, because I'm pinned to the table. I can't
Just
move
the one
my-
piece. It's still good. Hey, look
Halfway
at you.
Like if you need to take
One
it,
down.
like,
Boom.
Oh
off.
my
You
gosh.
have knocked one of them sideways
Can't
and
get up.
down onto the ground. It's not
Oh,
getting up.
Ricky
Yes, yes.
Tiki Tango.
Oh shit.
Stability.
Oh, man.
God.
I'm surprised you've gotten this far.
One more.
Okay, what do I
You gotta
got?
go back
What
to
do
the first one.
What do I got? What do I got?
He
What do I
don't
feels
think
like
you have
a
any other
captain
options.
if he gets this one.
For killing 2 interns?
He
Please.
becomes the
With his
president.
bare hands.
No way.
This tower's ridiculous.
Oh my.
Wow, he's still gotta put it back.
Wow.
Whew.
Boom.
Wow.
So, as I mentioned, you knock one zombie. You just knock one straight down. Its head collides with the cabinet room table at an upward angle, and it just crumples like a sack of potatoes. The second one, you're really not sure what to do now because it's really close. You've got this you're armed with a legal pad and a burnt book, and as it advances to you, without any real other grasp of what's going on, accepting that this may be the end, you sort of smack it with the legal pad. Okay. The legal pad goes up like flash paper. The zombie's eyes glow bright green. And it says, in the president's voice, I have a job offer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for playing.
Oh shit!
Oh God, the thing was, it was way sturdier than we all thought it was.
That
Oh
is
my
amazing.
god. Oh my god.
No man, there's nothing left on this thing.
Look at
There's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Hold on, wait, before you pull. Okay. All right, that is
Raccoon
beautiful.
Hands McGee over here. He's got an idea.
Oh wait, I already did 4 polls.
You did do 4
Yeah,
polls.
let's go,
Let's see.
Raccoon.
Raccoon hands.
Trash Panda
Raccoon
Johnson.
hands.
How did my job as lieutenant go?
You died in the first chapter.
The fact that it constantly teeters is really nerve-wracking.
Because it's balancing on this point.
It's got two one block
And
points.
this one.
Oh no!
And that
This
one.
is the most ridiculous thing.
I am thrilled.
Find him, bind him. Tie him to a pole and break his fingers to splinters.
Oh, we're nerds.
I'll probably watch the YouTube video as well.
We
Oh
saw
yeah,
it live
you
last
get that
week.
one.
You got this.
I am, but it's, you know,
Give him time.
I believe.
this is how my raccoon
Oh
hands
my
work.
God, oh my
Not
God.
quickly, just constant.
Feverish little pokes.
My raccoon hands at work.
Do you survive?
Get out!
Get away from me!
Your turn, Rick.
Oh,
He's a witch.
Wait, Bryant can make the pulley comes back from the dead.
What?
No.
He wouldn't like how you come back.
No one.
He almost knocked down a fully formed tower.
I wouldn't like how I'd come back.
No, you died for a reason.
oh my.
None of this Prince of Hell crap for you.
I don't want to live in a world like that.
Nah, just
Leave that to the
It just
children.
keeps getting better.
juice everywhere.
Right?
It keeps getting
Cold
better.
pressed juice. Nonsense.
That's stupid.
It keeps.
All right,
Yay.
Bobby. I have one up to you in my job offerness.
There's none left.
Who's
There's
gonna
nothing
survive
left.
the first year?
Oh no, he
How?
found another one.
How?
Good luck.
I'm gonna have to write a
Gonna have
fucking
to
short
take
story about
all
this.
the way down on this one.
You trying to beat the raccoon hands?
I'm gonna make you a special shirt.
I'm sorry. Can't get that. Can't get that.
Bobby Raccoon Hands, the intern.
It'll be the first shirt on our friend list.
Two,
golf announce this.
two.
Rick makes his final
It
decision.
is no.
He's looking for a block to pull.
Quiet, please.
That's not 3 from the top.
This is.
No, it's not a complete though.
It's
We-
not. It's
we've-
3 complete.
we've been
from
letting
the
it
top.
go.
Oh.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we've let it go.
Well,
at
if we're
this
playing on
point-
easy mode,
What?
Can I just
I
vote
killed
for the
one
easy
person.
win.
Come on.
like getting a
And
job in
he-
the 90s.
All right, Captain Suicide.
I killed one person in because he killed himself.
Tender
Like,
true.
as his fingers.
That's how bad I am at Jenga.
Bright and open is his heart. As he lays the
That should
block
be your job.
on top of the tower.
All right, so this is going to have to be a short story now
Magnificent.
of Bobby
can-
versus Terrence.
We need golf claps
in
at
the
the end of
cabbage
each
room.
round.
It's literally a Jenga game for their souls.
Too high.
His raccoon hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's as high as you pulled from.
No, it's not actually. I was 1 row down.
Oh.
Bobby Raccoon Hands is new to the
He
circuit.
searches for a weakness in the armor, poking visions.
Oh my god.
Gotta go at least 1 more down.
Thought about
Yeah.
dirty audio.
Because I was.
You
I
have
was 3
one
down.
option, and it's opposite the
Yeah.
last one you pulled.
Yeah.
No, I was 3 down.
Magnificent.
That was way too high.
As he
Oh.
crowns.
That was 3 down. That was
That was the
two
third
down. I mean, you can do whatever you want now. I don't really. I mean, you are obligated to do whatever you want.
Look
letting
at the
you know.
pattern. It's like,
the ferocity of this battle, not only
no, that's not.
in the tower, but a verbal exchange as well.
No, that's perfect.
As Ricky Tiki Tango plucks another life,
Ooh.
sliding it precariously
damn
out
it.
of its section,
Oh my god.
pressing another gem on the crown that is this magnificent game.
Jesus.
Almost twice as tall. Good lord.
Oh, it just.
Bobby the intern for his final pull.
He doesn't
Not
know
only
that
of
it's
this
his final
game, but
pull,
his
but it's his
entire
final pull.
Oh no way! Come on.
Everything
You
he
guys
does,
have been doing whatever at this
I know.
point.
I know.
I'm just
I'm
shaking.
just going with whatever. That's fine. I'm just like, oh no way, it's gonna work. Come
his
on.
final pull.
At the top of the tower.
You can see the
jiggle.
nerves
His
starting
hands
to
are getting unsteady.
get to Bobby.
Wait, gotta put it on. Gotta put it on still.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Can we just call this a draw?
No.
Bill, we need to edit out the verbal language.
I will.
Exchange.
I know that my day is done here. All right, and this is going to go into a fucking short story about
What
these
about that
two
one on the
characters.
other side?
This will be on Initiative Coffees After Dark. Sorry for the language.
The raccoon hands triumphant.
No one can stop the trash
Okay.
panda.
Will the new shirt be Bobby Raccoon Hands or Raccoon Hands Triumphant?
Oh man.
I think it has to be Raccoon Hands Triumphant.
Everyone for playing. I hope everybody had
That
fun.
was amazing.
Thank you for running. Thanks
great.
for coming out.
Oh,
Ryan.
that was fantastic.
Thank you so much.